Back to another episode of Overkill Trading. Today we are going over the Overkill Watchlist. I hope everybody is having a great weekend. The Overkill Watchlist normally drops every single Friday. We go live and we go over the top stocks and cryptocurrencies we are going to be looking at for the coming week. We got the list loaded up right here inside of TradingView. We're going to be covering all of these names here today. You can see there is quite a few names in here, and we're going to be covering all of these charts. And if we have time at the end of the stream, I will be taking chart requests from the Discord. So how this is going to work, guys, I just want to make sure I added these last two in here. Near was one of them too. How this is going to work is we're going to cover all these. And now these, again, are all the stocks we are looking for entries on going into next week. Stocks and cryptocurrencies, not just stocks. But we're going to cover all the names I'm currently holding and all of the names that are on the list that we are going to be watching for next week. So with that being said, the first one we're looking at here is Ethereum. Guys, Ethereum did close with the green dot here on the monthly chart. So this means we are bullish. So let me go ahead and actually get into the trading rules real quick for the people that are new, so everybody knows exactly what we're talking about and exactly what we're looking for here, because we do have a very specific strategy on this channel that we follow. We are not day traders here. We are not day trading. We are swing traders, okay? We are swing traders that focus on a monthly and a daily chart, okay? This strategy does take patience. A lot of people do not have patience in the stock market. A lot of people want to get rich very quickly, and that is why the majority of people fail. If everyone could get rich quick, nobody would be rich, okay? This is a swing trading strategy. We focus on a monthly and a daily chart. We are 1 to 6 months out on all time frames. Okay, we enter and exit positions using our trading indicator. The green dot means buy and the red dot means sell. Okay, so rule number 4 is probably the most important rule that we follow here, and that is we only want to buy assets that have a green dot or a green candle on the monthly chart. Okay, so back to rule number 1, we focus on a monthly and a daily chart. So the first thing that we want to see on our charts, okay, the first thing that we want to see on our charts is either a green candle or a green dot. The green dot is going to be more of a confirmation than just a green candle, but you could see Ethereum got the green dot here last month. You can see the last time we got a green dot with the wave all the way down here. Guys, this was 2 years ago. 2 years ago, back in 2023 is when this signal came last time. Ethereum was sitting right there at $1,700, and it went all the way up to over $4,000. Okay, the time before that, it came right there in January of 2023. That was at $1,400, and again, it went all the way up to $4,000. Now, this didn't happen overnight. Okay, this is not an overnight get-rich-quick scheme. Okay, it doesn't exist. Okay, there's no such thing. After this dot, it took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 months for the move to develop. Okay, 5 months is not a tomorrow thing that we're looking to sell. Okay, and I'm going to get into our selling strategy here at the end, but I just want to be very, very clear that on this channel, 1 to 6 month time frame. Okay, this green dot here on the monthly chart indicates that we are going up for the next 1 to 6 months. Okay, you could see this one came in here in November, and we went straight up for 1 month. Okay, Ethereum's dot right here, we went up for 1 month. Sometimes it happens in a month. Sometimes it happens in the span of 5 to 6 months. Okay, there's no real way to actually tell how long it's going to take, but what we do know is that the direction is up and in our favor as long as the last dot is green on the monthly chart. So that is the first thing we look for, guys, okay, is that green dot on the monthly. And Ethereum printed one last June. The first one we've got, if you don't count this one, if you're counting when the wave is down here, which just means we're more oversold, okay, the ones down here are more accurate than the ones up here. Okay, you can see this one came back here in November. Okay, that was at the top, and it sold all the way off. So when the wave is down here, that just means we've had a dramatic move to the downside. We like dramatic moves to the downside. Okay, when Ethereum goes down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 months in a row, that's good because all of retail panic sold. Okay, that means they sold all their bags. They got all of the weak hands out. They got all the retail out. Okay, smart money steps back in, and now we're going up. So we are fully bullish on Ethereum right now. We haven't seen a lot of other altcoins follow, but I do believe you are going to see some monthly green dots here in July or in August, if not this month, next month, for the majority of altcoins. And we're going to be hitting a few of those charts here very soon. But Ethereum, again, we are fully bullish right now, guys. So once you get that signal from the monthly, we are then going to the daily chart. Because again, we're focusing on a monthly and a daily chart here. So after you get the signal from the monthly, okay, we are then zooming into the daily. Okay, and the daily chart is where we are looking for entries. Typically, where we want to enter on the daily is a green daily dot. Okay, so after you get the monthly, you are then looking for the daily. Okay, and you can see Ethereum's actually given a red one here today. So what you'd want to do there is set a stop loss at 2,400. If 2,400 breaks, we'll most likely come back down to 2,200. But we're actually pumping up here into the close, which I really like that. And Ethereum also has a green dot on the weekly here today too. So we're still, unfortunately, just ranging, guys. We are just ranging between 2,800 and 2,400. We have not moved away from that range in about a month and a half, going on 2 months here. Besides this little dip right here that we had in June, we are just range bound. We are consolidating, okay? The market only does three things, okay? The market either goes up, it goes down, or it goes sideways. Right now, we are in a sideways consolidation pattern. We aren't going parabolic. We're not going down. We're simply just going sideways for altcoins, okay? We are range bound right now, just ranging. So with this green dot on Ethereum right here, I would absolutely be buying Ethereum right here at these prices. Okay, we're right into the average, right into the mean. If we come back here, this is called the cheat sheet. This is in our Discord. The Discord is free to join, guys. You guys can check that link. That's down in the description. It's also the pinned comment to the live chat up there. You guys can check that out. Overkillinvestingclub.com, completely free to join. We do have a membership that you guys can check out that I'll get into a little bit more later. But you can see this mean right here. The mean is that dotted line on the bottom there. Okay, so when we have that green dot on the monthly, again, what does that tell us? That tells us that we are going up for the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months. Okay, that is confirmation that over the next 6 months the direction is down. If it's red, we can assume that the direction is down. So with being swing traders, we want to trade with the trend, guys. The way that we know that the trend is in our favor is if the dot is green on the monthly. The dot is green. That is the confirmation that you want. That is the confirmation we are going higher over the next 1 to 6 months. If we get a red dot here in July or in August, we know that we're going back down. But as long as the dot is green, we are fully bullish on the asset. And the majority of these names that we're going to cover today all have green dots on their monthly charts. So once we get the monthly signal, we are looking to buy in two places. We're looking to buy on a green dot here on the daily, just like right there at $2,400 on Ethereum. That was a great place to be buying, okay? You want to be buying into the averages. You want to buy as close to the mean as possible, okay? The mean is just another word for average. And for the averages, we use a 200, a 100, and a 50. So this is on the daily chart. So think about this, okay? A 200-day average, that is about the 6-month moving average, okay? The 6-month moving average. Okay, this is the 100-day moving average. This is about the 3-month moving average. Okay, there's about 90 days, 93 days in 3 months. So think of this as the 6-month moving average, the 3-month moving average, and then the 50 is going to be the 2-month moving average. Okay, we want to buy as close to the mean, as close to the averages as possible, because that's how we know we're getting a fair price. If you guys are buying way up off of the mean, way up off of the averages, okay, you're getting it at a premium. It's like going to the grocery store and buying your groceries at a premium. If we're trading like we were back here in, look at this. Okay, see how far we were off the averages? This was Ethereum back here in December. You guys remember December? Everyone was excited. Everyone was jumping for joy. It was trading at a 27 to 30% premium back there in December. So that's like going to the grocery store and saying, hey, today is Wednesday, or today is Saturday. I'm going to go to the grocery store and buy my groceries because everything is 30% higher. Okay, we wouldn't do that. And you don't want to do that when you are investing into assets and trying to make money, right? Our goal is to buy as close to those averages as possible when we have the monthly signal and we're moving up. I still think Ethereum is going to be anywhere from $5,000 to $8,000 here by the end of the year. Again, that's just my prediction. Based on what I'm seeing on the charts, though, the chart is pointing up. We are consolidating. The longer the consolidation, normally the bigger the breakout. And this is some of the longest consolidation I have seen from Ethereum in a very long time, since all the way back here in, this was 2024. You could see we went sideways, 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 and then we absolutely rocket shipped up there from around 2,000 to 4,000. So I think this is coming here into the end of the year for altcoins. And yeah, so that's the buying strategy. The selling strategy is pretty straightforward as well. You can see the buying strategy. I made an equation right there. Monthly green dot plus daily green dot equals buy. And again, on that daily green dot, you guys are going to want to buy as close to those averages as possible. And right now, Ethereum's sitting right on them. And we're actually about to get a golden cross here within the next couple of days. So that looks very, very bullish. So with the selling strategy, I think this is one of the biggest questions I get. So there's two selling strategies that we use here. Okay, the first one's going to be we sell on a red dot in the red zone on the daily chart. So this selling strategy is for a daily chart because, again, we focus on a monthly and a daily here. So when I talk about the red zone, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up here, and if you guys have the trading indicator, if you don't have the trading indicator, if you don't have the dots, the EMAs, and the Fibonacci's, which I'm going to talk about here right now, you guys can download the indicator by coming over here to the trading indicator tab. You can click on this link. It takes a couple of clicks, and all the indicators load directly into your TradingView account. Your screen will look exactly like my screen, okay? So back to the sell strategy. If you have questions about that, my email is right there inside of the thread, okay? So the red zone is part of the Fibonacci. So this is a Fibonacci retracement tool. If you guys don't know what a Fibonacci retracement tool is, I have a free trading course over here. You guys can watch completely free. 7 to 8 videos. I have one. This isn't my video, but this guy explains the Fibonacci very, very well. This is the complete Fibonacci trading course or trading masterclass. This is a great video if you guys want to understand the Fibonacci retracement tool. But that rule number one is that we want to sell the red dot in the red zone. So the red zone is at the very top. Okay, you can see when the red zone was hit last time on Ethereum, that was the top. We had these red dots in the red zone. We don't care about all these red dots on the daily chart right now of Ethereum because we're not up in the red zone. The red zone is our sell target. Okay, when we're buying right here, we are buying for the prices up here. Okay, we are buying for the prices up here. We're not buying for tomorrow's price or next week's price. Remember, we're 1 to 6 months out here. So the only red dots where we want to typically sell are the ones up here in the red zone. And you can see Ethereum is way off of the red zone. So that's actually how we get our price targets too. So right now, the price target on Ethereum is all the way up there at 4,000. That's the top of the red zone. That's exactly where we topped out here last time. It's where we topped out back here, and you could see how price can break through the red zone and make higher highs. That does happen as well. But again, it's just a target, right? It's just a strategy. It's just a place where we're looking to take some off the table. If you're buying Ethereum here and you're targeting up here at 4,000 at the top of that fib, okay, that's a 59% trade, 59 to 60%. Most people are happy with 5% a year. Okay, if Ethereum goes back up there by the end of the year, you outperformed everybody for the next 5 to 10 years. Okay, so that is sell strategy number one, the red dot in the red zone of the fib. Okay, that is sell strategy number one. And sell strategy number two is we sell when the stochastic RSI, okay, that is the light blue line on the trading indicator. Okay, we come back here, go to the light blue line. See that? That's the stochastic RSI. When this line comes up here and hits that white dotted line, okay, that is when that's sell strategy number two. Just like it did back here in February, you can see the price was right there around 4,200. It called the exact top of Ethereum right there. We chopped, we sold off. Same thing back here in 2021. This was the when Ethereum went crazy back in 2021. You could see it hit around 4,400, sold off, ended up going a little bit higher, but typically that is where we were selling, somewhere in this area right here when that stochastic topped out there. So those are the two selling strategies, guys. So when I'm going through all these, I'm going to be referencing this trading strategy because, again, you got to have a strategy if you guys are playing, if you guys are trading, if you guys are investing. If not, you're better off just giving your money to a money manager, okay? Because you're going to get emotional when things go down or when something happens if you don't have a strategy. Okay, if I'm buying Ethereum right now, if I'm buying Ethereum right here, I'm not going to sell no matter what happens. If we go all the way down here to 1,500, I don't care. Okay, we're just going to look to buy more at that time. Okay, we are buying for the prices up here. Price always retracts back into the red zone. It did right there. It did back here. It did back here. It did back here, right? We always come back up and we hit that level. So again, our typical time frame for that to happen is always 1 to 6 months. Okay, if the market goes the other way on us, the market goes the other way on us. We're just going to have to wait a little bit longer. But as of right now, we are fully bullish on a name like Ethereum with that green dot on the monthly. You can see it called the bottom for the last, since 2019. Okay, green dot with the wave down here in 2019. Ethereum was at $200. Right here in 2020, $130. Right here in 2023, $1,200. Right here in 2023, again, $1,700. And you're getting one in June 2025. Okay, I do not just pull these predictions or anything out of my rear end, guys. I try to back up everything that I say with actual data. And these dots are the most accurate on the monthly chart. That is why we focus primarily on the monthly. Yes, we look at the weekly sometimes as well. The weekly dots do pretty well. Also, you can see this one was called on the 14th on Ethereum at 1,600. It went all the way up there to around 3,000. That right there was a 100% trade. So the larger the time frame you're looking at, okay, the weekly and the monthly are typically the two, I call those the macro. Those are the long-term time frames. Okay, anything below the weekly and the monthly are going to be micro time frames. Okay, like the hourly. Look how many dots we've gotten here just today, or in the last couple of days. Okay, lots of signals going off. But when you go to the monthly, these things happen like every 6 months to a year. Okay, they happen rarely. 6 months to a year is when they happen. But when you get that green dot on the monthly, we are fully bullish. We are not scared. We are not listening to the fear. We are not listening to people on the internet. We are simply listening to the data, because that is what we do here, folks. So let's check it out here. Guys, I will take chart requests. If you guys got chart requests, you guys can tune into Monday's video. This video is for our watch list today. So we're going to be covering all these names. I do believe SEI is on. Yes, SEI is on the list today. We are going to get to that. But if you guys have chart requests, I'm doing a chart request video. I do it every single Monday. You guys can drop your chart requests over here inside of the Discord under the chart request section. Here, and again, those are going to open here on Monday, and we will be covering those. So today is strictly just for the watch list. If we got some time at the end of the video today, I will take some requests from the live chat, but we got to see how long we're going to take here to get through all these names. So I'm going to start with the names I'm currently holding. If I have a favorite, I am going to add it to my favorites list here. You can see the favorites for July 5th, 2025. And I actually shared this list with you guys yesterday, but I will share it over here inside the Discord as well under the watch list tab, so you guys can go check it out here after the stream. The first one on the list today, so these names, these are all the names that I'm holding. I will cover these first, and then I will get into these other names here. Okay, MDB. MDB has the green dot on the monthly, so we are fully bullish on this. We are looking at the daily, and we are looking for the green dots. Okay, you can see the green dot came right there. That was on Thursday, right before the market closed. So again, we are buying in this area because, again, the monthly dot is green, which means the trend is up and in our favor. Okay, you can see the last time we got a green dot this low was back here in 2023 at 200. It went all the way up to $500. That was a 150% trade if you held all the way to the top. So I bought this one I think 2 weeks ago, right here around 190. So I think I'm up 5%, but it looks really good. That one's on my favorites list for next week. I would buy that one on Monday. ARB. ARB, there's no data on the monthly, so we got to use the weekly chart. You can see it has a weekly dot here. I don't see this one going lower than 20 cents. I would just be eating up every green dot down here at the bottom of the fib. Okay, target on this is still anywhere from $1 to $1.20. Okay, that one's still a solid hold. And again, it does look like it's going to close with that weekly dot here. And that one looks good. It looks like it's gaining ground here today. Chainlink. Chainlink is my largest position. We're just consolidating right now. So Chainlink, in my opinion, right now is in one of these phases. Okay, a stealth phase here where we're just going sideways. Okay, not a lot of stuff happening. People are getting bored. People are getting frustrated. That's okay. Okay, because when this parabolic move happens, we are going to cash out. First target on Link is going to be up here between 26 and 30. I'm still long. I'm still holding that. That's more of a fundamental play than a technical play here. The bottom will be when that green dot comes. I don't know when that's going to be. I'm predicting either July or August here. Those are 2 months I'm looking for that green dot. And again, I think this one did have a weekly for a second, and it faded away. That did come this week, but it faded away, it looks like. I don't see that one going back below $13. Okay, I think Chainlink is a solid play here, and I'm still long on that one. Just looking for the monthly on that one, like the majority of these altcoins. Okay, again, Ethereum gave you the monthly last month, so all of the altcoins should soon follow. Okay, Ethereum normally leads the charge for altcoins. If Ethereum can break out here, get back above 2,800 and close, Okay, you're going to see it go for an absolute ride, and all these altcoins are going to follow. So CRO, same thing. We just need that green dot there on the monthly. We had a couple green candles. I was buying right here. I think my average price is around 8 or 9 cents, and it's sitting at about 8 right now. So I'm a little bit down on that, but simply just holding it right until I hit my price targets. The daily stochastic sitting up there between 18 and 22 cents. If it goes back up there from 8 cents in the next 1 to 6 months, that's a 156% move there. Okay, I'd be more than happy with a 156, close to 200% gain. Just waiting on the monthly for that one. ETH, this is the Ethereum ETF. So this is pretty much just like buying Ethereum. That one did have the green dot there on the weekly. Again, there's no monthly. So if you don't see any data on the monthly chart here, guys, if you don't see any data on the monthly chart, that just means the asset is too new. Okay, there's not enough data on the chart to feed it. This Ethereum ETF just came out back here in July. So if you don't see any data on the monthly, it's best to zoom in here to the weekly and play these weekly dots. You can see this weekly one came back here in April at $12. It pumped all the way up to 22. We closed with a green dot there last week. When you're buying the Ethereum ETF, it's technically just like buying Ethereum. I bought the ETF because I wanted to play the options. Options give me a little bit of leverage. So that's why I played it, and you can see Ethereum is green on the weekly, and it is green on the monthly. So again, fully bullish on Ethereum at these levels with a target of all the way up here to 3,800 to 4,000. That is just the first target there. CLSK broke out last week along with all the other miners. Really nice breakout there over 10. Target on that one's going to be 18 to 20. My average cost on that was right there around $7. We were buying that one right into the EMA. I think I bought it back here in May. So I've been holding since May. That's about 2.5 months. And I'm up close to 80% on the position. We bought it at around $7. And again, target's up here at 18 to 20 up here in the red zone. So we're holding till it gets back up in that zone, just like it did back here in 2024 when we were up here in the red zone. All those miners broke out. Mara's on this list. Riot's on this list. All those crypto miners are doing very, very well. They have finally broken out over their resistance levels, and they're looking good going into next week. Chirp and Riz are two very small market cap cryptocurrencies that we bought, I think, about a month or two ago. And they've sold off a little bit after they went on a really big run. Riz is getting hit pretty hard today, but Chirp, these are fundamental plays. These are long-term holds. Both of them are like a $5 million market cap. Both have partnerships or are going to have partnerships with Chainlink. We got that from the blog over here that Chainlink dropped. Okay, they dropped a list of projects. These are very low cap projects that they're going to be partnering with. You can see the Chainlink build ecosystem map. You can see Rivals is right there under AI, and the DPIN name we went with was Chirp. But they dropped this a couple months ago. We did our due diligence. We looked into all of these names, and the two I liked the most were Chirp and Rivals. They're very, very low cap, 10 to 100x plays, in my opinion. So again, those moves don't happen overnight. Just being patient here, looking for a breakout here. These green dots have been printing down here at around 7.5 on Chirp. Riz, we're still waiting for the green dot there on the daily, but that green dot will probably be a great place to add here on Riz. It did break below its 0.003 level today. I just have mine staked. I'm not looking at it, and I'm just holding that one long. And then the last one in my portfolio is going to be Arrow. Arrow looks really good. I'm going to put that one on the favorites list for next week. MDB was on the favorites list, so out of my entire portfolio, the ones I'd look to buy next week, or ETH is also really good. Those are the three. And I will share this list with you guys, the favorites list as well, in the Discord after this as well. But so far, if I was looking to take positions on any of these next week, I would be looking at those, potentially even Riz here off of the off of the daily. I would look to add that one off of the daily there. Again, a very new project. This is a very, very new project. It just came out in 2025, so it's very, very new. Very, very new. Same thing with Chirp. Just came out here in 2025. So very new projects there, very low market cap. Those are like Hail Mary plays. Those are fundamental investments, not necessarily technical investments. Here's BMNR. I saw this one go from like $5 up here to 36. I think I called it out in the Discord at like 36. It ended up going all the way to 160, but this one is very overbought right now. I would actually not be looking to buy this one next week. I'd be looking for a pullback. Okay, we want a big major pullback and a green dot. See that green dot right there came at around 450. Boom. That went all the way up to 160. Didn't catch that one, but that was like a 500% move. I'm sorry, a lot bigger than that. That was over 1,000. How much was that anyway? That green dot that printed right there, that was around a 3,000% trade right there. If you hit that, I think they're going to be a like Michael Saylor, how he's kind of a Bitcoin treasury company. This company's going to be an Ethereum treasury company, and that thing's just ripping, but way too high. I'd have to look at the hourly for a pullback on that one. We'd want to buy that one back down here at around $20 into those EMAs. If you guys missed the daily alert, what you want to do is zoom into a smaller time frame like the hourly and wait for a pullback into those EMAs, just like we talk about into the daily. So I'd be looking for a pullback on that one into the hourly. You can see Datadog is now approaching the red zone, so we would no longer be looking to take a position on this. We would be looking to take profits on this now that we're up here in the red zone, okay, just like it was back here in December, and it sold off, so that one is no longer on the list. But it did give that green dot there on the monthly back in June. Right there around 115, it's at 155 now, so it could definitely keep on going here. Probably first target, or my next target would be up there at 170, but I think about trimming some right here on Datadog. That had a nice move of 15% there on Monday. It's up very, very nicely. I'd want to see a big pullback into the EMAs there. CRWV, this is CoreWeave. They got a partnership with NVIDIA, but again, this thing is very, very extended right now, so we'd want to see a pullback on that one. I'm going to put that one on the red list for now. FSLR, this is a solar company here. This one gave the dot right there in June, so this one's pushing up here. I'd like to see a little red back down here, maybe 165 on that one. Looks decent, but we should have been buying right here on this green dot at 150 on that one. So that was the entry right there. We're a little too late on FSLR. We got Unity Software also up here in the red zone. Not looking to enter on that one. Our entry should have came right there at around, what was that, $22? $22 into those EMAs. And let me make this easy on you guys. So I'm going to go to my fib tool, and I'm going to turn all of these levels off, because really the only one we want to pay attention to right now is the red zone. Okay, the red zone is the only one we're really caring about right now, because that gives us our sell targets. Okay, and U is definitely breaking out here. You can see the monthly gave a green dot right there in May, and this one's looking to make a higher high here. Just because it hits the top of the red zone doesn't mean it has to stop. It could keep on going, but that one does have resistance up there at 28. It had a really nice bounce there off 22, but not on the favorites for next week. Just looking to keep an eye on that one. BE, this is Bloom Energy. That one gave the green dot back there in May. Again, this is an energy company. Energy companies have been performing very well over the last couple of months. And that one's got some room to go back up there to 30. So I do like that one, but I liked it more over here at around 19 at the beginning of June. Okay, it's already up around 20% off of where we should have been buying it here into the averages. But if that pulls back here next week to like 20, that'd be a good spot to look for an entry. If you go to the hourly here, what we do on the hourly chart, again, if you miss the daily alert, you miss the daily alerts here, what you want to do is zoom into the hourly and look for a pullback into the EMAs. You can see how it's lifted up here off of the EMA at 24. I would look for a pullback like this into like 21, 22 bucks on that one, but not on the favorites for next week. We got Iron. I had a couple people asking me about this. Look where it's at. It's up here in the red zone. Okay, we got that green dot back there in June. On Iron, we should have been buying right here around $8, $9 into those EMAs, because again, guys, we want to buy into the averages. That's how we know we're getting a fair price. If we are investing, we want to be buying things at a discount or at a fair price. Typically, I want to buy things at a fair price when the trend is going up. Okay, IREN, I-R-E-N, this is another energy company. Again, that was a beautiful setup right there around 8. I know some of you capitalize off that green dot, and now we're up here in the red zone just doing the ripski. I would be taking profits here on IREN here. I would be cashing out IREN up here, waiting for that stochastic RSI to reset there. Okay, that one's going to go in the blue list just because it's too overdone. We want to see that stochastic reset and get at least below 30. Okay, when the daily's up there on the white dotted line, also not a good time to buy. We want to watch for a pullback back into the EMAs there on IREN. Here's Bonk. Bonk doesn't have any data on the monthly, but it does have a green candle. We can come in here to the weekly and see we are getting the weekly signal. So Bonk actually looks good here for next week, and it is sitting right on the EMA. So I would actually look to buy Bonk here. I'm going to put that one on the favorites list. If you miss the daily green dot, again, you can get in here to the hourly and wait for a pullback, maybe down here into 0.00016, but this thing's breaking out. That thing looks very, very strong. It's closing the week with a green dot. So the last time we got a green dot on the weekly was back here in March. That came around 0.0001 there. Okay, and it went all the way up there to 0.0026. So that was around a 150% move the last time we got a green dot. That looks interesting. If I was playing that, I'd be in here on the hourly looking for a micro pullback, maybe right there into 0.00016. Okay, but that trend does look very, very strong. You got the weekly dot. Again, no data on the monthly. We just got a green candle, so it applies to our rules, and we are into the EMAs. Okay, target on that would be up here at 0.00045 to 0.00055. But again, we've just been range bound here. But that looks like it is attempting to break out. So that's up 8% today, while everything else is pretty red. I mean, we're down like 2 or 3% across the board here today. Uniswap, this one's just going sideways here. Up above 6, I really like this. Okay, I think you're going to get a green dot here in July on Uniswap on the monthly. The weekly it has been green since back here in April at $5. It went all the way up to 8. But this one looks good. Again, we're just ranging right now. We're just going sideways, waiting for that big astronomical breakout. This is going to happen, in my opinion, sometime before the end of the year. So right now we are positioning. We are entering our positions. We're loading our bags. And we are looking for that target up there between $16 and $18, just like it hit back here in December. Okay, we want to accumulate during this time when things are going sideways, not really moving, and we want to cash out when we get that big move to the upside. Okay, big move to the upside, that's when we cash out. Okay, we're 1 to 6 months away from that, in my opinion. $6 to $18 is my target on Uniswap, but I would buy that one here. That one's going to be on the favorites list for next week. Was Bonk on the favorites list too? Yeah, I like Bonk as well. SNP S, we're too far off the averages on that one. But again, it is green here on the monthly. The last time we got a green dot with the wave way down here was all the way back in 2008 at $27. So, yeah, looking for any pullbacks into the EMAs on that one. GEOS, we need that one to come back down to around $10. This is a geospace technology company. It's trying to bounce here off the 9, but looking for a green dot on that one. Kava, this one's on my favorites list. That one's definitely going on the favorites list for next week. Again, guys, I will share this favorites list with you guys after this stream as well. So stay tuned for that. Again, if we do have time at the end here, I will take some chart requests for you guys. But again, these streams, these watch list streams are just for the names that I have handpicked for next week. All the ones that I believe have potential to break out here in the next 1 to 6 months. Okay, and Kava, another name that we don't have any data on here, but you can see there's very strong support right here in this general area at like 72. See, we bounced on it right there. We bounced on it here. We bounced on it here. We bounced on it here. And you can see how it's starting to curl up there. And again, if you zoom into the weekly here, we're getting a weekly dot. That actually printed here last week. And by the way, guys, if we can get this video to 300 likes by the time we sign off here, I'll give away 300 XRP. 300 XRP giveaway if we can get this video to 300 likes. Okay. But underneath 69, I don't see that one going below 70 here. Kava looks really good. That one's on the favorites list for next week. It's right there into the EMAs. And target on that's going to be anywhere from 130 to 150 there. I really like Kava as well. That is also one where we may have missed the green dot there on the daily. So you could be in here on the hourly looking down here at like $80 for an entry. Okay, but Kava looks really good for a 1 to 6 month swing. That one is on the favorites list. Wolf is another crypto mining company, also given the green dot here in July on the monthly chart. You can see the last time we got a green dot on the monthly for Wolf was right here in December. That came right there at $1.80. It went all the way up to around $9. That was a 8 to 900% move right there. And you're getting the same exact signal right here on Wolf. Okay, so if we look, we're a little bit off of the EMAs, but this was a beautiful place to be looking to buy Wolf right here, there at the end of June. The dot didn't come yet, but we were right into the EMAs there. I like this one as well. Price target on this is going to be up here between $8 and $9. Okay, I'd be watching the hourly on that one for a pullback, maybe into like 420. 420 on a pullback on the hourly. Again, guys, the hourly we use the same as the daily. We just want to watch for a pullback into the EMA. If we missed the right, if you missed this alert, you should be on the hourly looking for the pullback into the EMA. So up here at $5, I don't like it. But if it dropped down to like 4 to 420, I would really, really like that one. That's not going to be on the favorites, but if it got the pullback this week, I would look to pick that one up around $4.20. Hut, another crypto mining company. Okay, this is, I mean, you guys are seeing all these crypto names break out. Wolf, you're seeing Hut. You saw CLSK. We're going to get to Mara here pretty soon. All of these crypto names are breaking out, which is indicating that the crypto market is about to absolutely explode here into the end of the year. People are getting bored. People are getting tired. People are going to find the next shiny object. We have been ranging for the last 2 or 3 months. Okay, if you guys can sit through this, you are going to be rewarded. Okay, the people who can sit through the chop, okay, are normally the people who are very happy when the time comes, right? This stealth phase it's quiet, right? No one's really talking about it. No one's jumping for joy. You got people hating on it, right? People calling everybody names and just getting angry because, again, it's not the funnest thing in the world to sit here and watch altcoins and Ethereum just go up and down, up and down, up and down, okay? They call it the stealth phase because nobody's really talking about it, right? No one's excited. Back in December, everybody was talking about crypto. You guys remember that? Back up here at all-time highs or around all-time highs. Okay, that's delusion. That's greed territory. Okay, our general rule here is that if they're already talking about it, we're too late. The smart money, okay, dumb money is buying up here. Dumb money is buying up here at 4,000. Okay, smart money is buying down here. Okay, when we're just doing nothing, when we're just consolidating, right? Smart money buys in this phase right here. Smart money doesn't buy way up at all-time highs. This is when the smart money sells, when everyone's excited, when everyone's shouting. Okay, in my opinion, it is altcoin season right now, guys. It's time to accumulate altcoins. By the time altcoin season comes and everyone else is saying it's altcoin season, we're going to be back up here at these prices. The smart money right now is loading up. I'm telling you guys, altcoins, Ethereum, right? The smart money is just loading their bags right now. Okay, well, every red day, retail's panic selling. Every red day we get, you see panic. You even see it in our Discord, unfortunately, right? People panic when we go down 3, 4, 5%. It doesn't matter, guys, because we're buying for the prices up here. Okay, we're buying when that stochastic RSI gets back up here. That's when we know the top is in. Okay, we can chop around all day long. We can go sideways for 7 months. Okay, I don't want it to do that. Right? We've been going sideways for 2 or 3 months. Okay, and it hasn't been fun. Right now it's a great time. I took a vacation for 2 weeks last week because, again, the market isn't doing anything. It's just going like this. No point in sitting here and looking at it and updating you guys when it hasn't moved. Okay, but I think we're very, very close to a breakout. I think it's going to happen here in July. If not July, it's going to be August, and we're going to get that big parabolic move back up here to where we want to be. And by that time, we're going to be ready to sell. We're going to be ready to take profits while everybody is just getting excited and back into the game. Okay, because the majority of people are quitting right now. Okay, the majority of people are tired. They're bored, right? They're going to chase the next shiny object. And that's just how the market works, guys. That's how the market works. The market only does 3 things. It goes sideways, it goes up, or it goes down. That's it. That's it. Okay? And yeah, I'm sorry, I don't even think I covered AERO, but yeah, I really like AERO here. Okay, that next daily dot on AERO in the profile, okay, in my my portfolio, that's going to be an epic opportunity because, again, look where we're at. We're right into those moving averages. Okay, and again, we don't have the monthly dot because we don't have the data, but if you look at the weekly, it is green. Okay, so we should be looking at the daily now for that daily dot. And I think that's going to be an epic entry. I don't see that one going lower than, I mean, it might hit 70 cents, but I think it's going to bounce at 70 cents if it hits 70 cents. I think AERO, that is in my favorites list for next week. That one looks really good. But these crypto names like Hut is also a crypto mining company. Okay, look what that one's giving you. Okay, green dot there in June. Where was our entry at? It was right here under the EMA, right there at 16. Okay, because again, we want to buy into those averages. You also had a nice entry right there at the beginning of June, one right there at the end of June, and now we're taking off. Target on this one's 26 to 30. This would be another one I'd be in here on the hourly, looking for a dramatic pullback back down here to like 18 on. Okay, because again, we missed our opportunity here, so we want to see that pullback into like 18 to 16, and then our target's up here between 26 and 30 in that red zone there on the fib. Okay, again, if you guys do not have these indicators, you guys can get those over in the Discord. JLBY, this one's in the red zone. So again, you're going to want to be on the hourly looking for the pullbacks just like this. See how it pulls back into that 200 and bounces? Pulls back into the 200 on the hourly and bounces. If you miss the daily alert, okay, that is where you could look for an entry. But JOBY is looking very, very strong here. This isn't a swing. This would be a shorter term trade if you were to take it. But I'd be looking for an entry on that one around 9. Not my favorite for a swing trade. Avave, okay, that one is green on the monthly. The last time we got the green dot on the monthly was back here in August. That was at $100. It went all the way up to $400. Okay, it didn't happen overnight. Nope, because we trade a monthly chart. These moves take months to develop. Okay, we went from $100 all the way up there to around 400. That was a 250% move if you guys capitalized on that. And again, you got the same signal back there in June. So far, the altcoins I see with monthly dots are AVE and ETH. Everything else is still red, okay? But I do think that's going to change as we develop here into July. There's 25 days left in July, or 26 days left in July. So again, we have 26 days of movement on the monthly. So a lot can happen in 26 days. And AVE, I'd be looking for the green dot now on the daily. You had a really nice entry right there at the beginning of June at around 250. It's at around 275 right now. Another one you could be in here on the hourly. Look at that. You got that opportunity here today to buy it right there at 268. You also had an opportunity to buy it down here at 260 if you're looking at the hourly. But the daily, that green dot, I believe, is coming here very, very soon. We're putting in a nice consolidation pattern. Target on that's going to be anywhere from 340 to 380 if you're using sell strategy number 1. And sell strategy number 2 is to sell when the stochastic hits that white dotted line, just like it did there in January at around 380. Okay, and right now we're only sitting at 47. That white dotted line represents 100. Okay, you can see the value over here on my screen. 100 is that white dotted line. That is where we typically top out on the monthly chart. And we're only sitting at 46. So that means we're only about, 46% of the way to the top if you're using that stochastic. All-time highs on this one up here at around 700. But AVE looks good. You could look to add that one. I'd probably add that one right now, or you could wait for that green dot confirmation. But I don't see that one going lower than 215. That was a beautiful pullback right there into 220. I missed that one, but that was a beautiful pullback there on that. Here's Service Now. That was given a green dot, but we're a little too close to the red zone on this one. So that one's not on the favorites for next week. QS. This one looks interesting as long as it can hold on to $6. Just a penny stock, one of those quantum computing plays, but it is trying to break out here. This could be a big winner for next week. This is also one you might want to be in here on the hourly, looking for a pullback. If this one pulled back to like $5, I'd probably buy it. See, the hourly's a little extended right now. It did give you a green dot right there at around 630. But definitely one to keep your eye on for the short term. This one isn't a swing trade. Your swing trade was right here at 420. We're getting pretty close to that red zone. The target on that's $9. Here's Twilio. Twilio's also green there on the monthly, so it's right on the average right now. If you were to take a position on this, I'd use a stop loss right there at 110. Okay, target on that is anywhere from 140 to 150. This one's RGTI, another quantum computing play here. Yeah, if you guys stick around to the end, I'll cover some requests. I promise. I'm just getting through our watch list here really quick for everybody who's been following along. RGTI, a little too far off the the EMAs. Our time to buy was right there at 11, where it was bouncing on the 50 there. That 2-month moving average target on this is 16 to 20. But those quantum computing stocks like RGTI and QS both look really good for a shorter term trade. That wouldn't be a 1 to 6 month trade. But that's probably going to run really fast up there into 18 to 20. Those look very interesting. Here's Lyft. Lyft's a little too choppy. Intel, I'm going to put Intel on the list here. Intel looks very interesting. It's got the green monthly, and we're right into the EMAs. Target on that one's 32 to 36. Okay, so far the favorites are right here for next week. These are the favorites for next week. Looking for entries. Looking for entries on these names going into next week. Okay, all these other ones are just kind of runner-ups. But again, Intel, big chip maker, got the green dot there on the monthly, and it's sitting right on our moving averages. So we're looking for that spring back up here to 30 to 35 bucks. Okay, and it's sitting at around 22. It's been consolidating for a very long time. Okay, but chip makers are doing very good. VST, this one's just continuing to climb here. So this one I put a stop loss at 180. If 180 breaks, I would sell it. You can see we're putting in a red candle there, so you want to make sure 180 holds. If I was holding VST, I would probably take some off the table right now, given the fact that we're up here in the red zone. And I would definitely be using a stop loss to protect my gains right there at 180. Okay, beautiful time to enter back here around this area at 120. Okay, that was the tariff panic. Everyone was panicking back at tariffs. And what do you know? Bada bing, bada boom. BBAI. I love this one. Why do I love this one? Because the same exact thing that happened back here is happening right now, guys. Remember back here, I don't know if some of you guys were around back in February, but BBAI was the talk of the town, okay, up here at $10. Everybody was talking about it. BBAI was the next Palantir. It was the next NVIDIA. It was the next big thing, right back there at $10. Okay, when we were way off of our averages. Everybody was talking about it. Everyone was screaming about BBAI. Everybody wanted to buy BBAI back here. Okay, why? Because it just literally had a massive, massive run up. It went from $3 all the way up here to 10. I dropped a video on this on April 2nd, guys. I called this green dot out right here on April 2nd at $3. Okay, I saw this big correction here. Again, as swing traders, we love these big corrections back into the mean. Why weren't we buying back up here? Well, there's multiple reasons. Okay, first reason is we were in the red zone. We never want to buy assets that are in the red zone. Okay, we want to buy the pullback into the mean. And when it got back down here to around $3, this is when I started talking about BBAI. Okay, if you had the patience, again, to hold through that consolidation phase, that sideways phase, you are cashing in right now. Okay, BBAI I think will come up to $9 to $10. It could even go up to like 15, but I would definitely be selling this one on the next red dot. You can see the red dot last time up here in the red zone back here in February. That was around $10. You got the signal and it sold all the way off to like 250. So that was an 80% drop right there. Again, our time to buy was down here in this area when no one was talking about it. But now you got TikTok. You got all these influencers on Twitter. You got everybody shouting about it here, which is fine, right? Because this is when retail buys, guys. When everybody's excited, when everybody's talking about it, when everyone's having a good time. Nobody wants to buy when nobody's talking about it. No one wants to buy when things are not exciting except for the Spartan Army, baby, except for the people on this channel. Okay, we got to be patient here. If you guys were buying BBI throughout this time, you guys are having a real good time now. You're having a great time. And I know a lot of you, I don't know about a lot of you, but I know some of you capitalized on this. And if you were able to hold from, what was that? I dropped that video on April 2nd. It's on my TikTok. It's on Twitter. It's everywhere. It's on YouTube. Okay, I said $3, boom, time to buy BBAI. Yes, it sold off to 250, but we bounced right back and we went sideways, and now we're back up into the red zone. So this is where we're looking to take profits, right? Sell strategy number one down here in the trading rules is we want to sell a red dot in the red zone on the daily. We're in the red zone. The only thing that's missing is a red dot. But honestly, if this thing hit $9 to $10, I would personally be looking to take profits on it. Yes, it could keep running. But again, things are looking pretty toppy here. Okay, you can see how it spikes really fast and dumps. Spikes really fast and dumps. Okay, you definitely want to look for that red dot. Once that daily red comes next week, you should be looking to take some profits. $9 to $10 is a great place to target for profits. And again, if you were buying back there at $3 and it ends up hitting 10, you made 236%. You just outperformed everybody for the next 3 to 4 years. I'm sorry, 20 to 30 years. Because most people are happy with 5% a year. And 5% doesn't even beat inflation. So again, we don't want to buy when there's separation off of the mean. We want to buy into the averages. Okay, into the averages. Don't want to buy up here unless you're day trading. Okay, as a swing trader, we want to buy into the averages down here. And we are holding. Once we get our breakout, then we look to take profits. This same thing is going to happen on all altcoins at some point here into the end of the year. I don't know if it happens. We consolidate, right? Smart money loads up in the consolidation phases. When it's boring, when people are tired, when people are pissed off, when people are not having a good time. Okay, that's a great time to buy. It's not a great time to buy when everybody else is screaming and shouting from the mountain that, you know, BBAI is the next Palantir, the next NVIDIA. Not the time to buy. Okay, not the time to buy XRP when everyone's telling you it's going to 10,000 by the end of the year. Okay, we don't want to buy the excitement. We can look at the chart. If you show me the chart, I'll tell you the news. I could tell you by looking at this chart, everyone was really excited back here because you saw it in the price. Okay, excited, price goes nuts. Time to be a day trader when people are excited. Not time to be a swing trader. Okay, looking for a pullback. Maybe into like 4 or 5 on that one. You can look at the hourly if you missed it. $5 would be a great entry. If it pulled back to $5 next week, I would buy BBAI. But unless that happens, I'm looking for my targets to take profits, and those would be 9 to 10. Yep, target's coming up. Target's coming up here. Target is definitely on the list. We're going to get to that. We got quite a few names we're covering here. CCJ is too overbought. Okay, that one's going back in the red list there. SOFI also in profit taking territory. I would be taking profits on SOFI here at $18. Again, we got that signal back in June. Big boy move up. Okay, we were calling this out at 13 bucks. Okay, but now we're up here in the red zone. Now we're using a trailing stop. Okay, if you want to let it ride, I'd use a stop loss at 17 to protect your capital here. Because again, we were calling this out into these EMAs right here at 12, 13 bucks. Yeah, I mean, Arrow, if you're looking at an hourly chart, yeah, if you're trading an hourly chart, that's good. That means it's a potential bottom on the hourly chart. Okay, but again, we're focused on the daily and the hour and the monthly here. We do look at the hourly, and you said that a gold dot came on the hourly. So yeah, the gold dot is a potential bottom there. Just means it's very oversold. So if you were playing that golden dot, you would put a stop loss at 72. But I do think the bottom is very close on Arrow. Had a nice breakout over the mean. We're sitting right on that average. Target on that's 180 to 200. Okay, that one is in the portfolio. But SOFI, again, I would use a stop loss at 17 if you want to let it ride. But you did get a red dot there around 18 bucks. Again, you're already up around 40, 50% if you guys were entering right here at around, what was that, $13 when we called it out. Green dots were coming right there. Boom. Called that out. But now it's time to take profits there on SOFI. PANW. That one looks a little toppy too. Daku looks good. Nice breakout there last week. Still red there on the monthly though. That one looks interesting as long as it can hold 76, but that one is not a favorite for next week. Bull's a little overdone here on the daily. Okay, nice green candle there on the weekly. Monthly candle looks good. I don't know what these guys' financials look like. But you missed the green dot back here at 11. It's sitting at 14. I would be in here on the hourly. If it pulls back to 12, I would look for an entry. That would put us in the hourly averages. I wouldn't be buying it up here at 14. I'd want to see a pullback on the hourly because, again, we missed that daily. So watch for the pullback next week into like $12 on Bull if you're playing. Here's SEI. SEI. That's an hourly chart there. Let's look at the daily. The daily's bouncing right on the 200. So yeah, this is a favorite for next week. That one looks good. SEI looks really good. Target on that 60 to 70 cents. We don't have any data on the monthly yet, so we got to use the weekly here. The weekly gave a signal there last week, and look where it's sitting, guys. It's sitting right on that moving average. We're literally sitting right on it. So I would be buying it right here at 26, and if it comes down to 23, I'd buy some more. Okay, I really like SEI. For next week. That's one of the altcoins that I think looks very, very good. And again, that one's going to be on the favorites list. So again, the favorites for next week are right here. These are ones I'd be looking to absolutely load up on next week. So far, I mean, we still got quite a few names to go through here, but SEI looks really good. Did I put AVE on that list? I don't think I did. AVE looks good too. I like AVE as well. And ETH is on there as well. Ethereum, obviously, is up there. LIT, this is Ethereum ETF, or I'm sorry, not Ethereum. Ethereum. LIT. This is a lithium battery ETF, and that one has a green dot there on the monthly. So that's an interesting ETF if you guys are interested in lithium. I don't know how they're going to react off of Trump getting rid of the electric car mandate, but I'd like to see a pullback on this one. I'd like to see the stochastic pullback, but it is right at there into the averages. It does have a green on the monthly. I'd just like to see it break out a little bit more. STM's solid. We were calling this one out at 24. We are also calling it out right here in May. You can see it got the green dot right there in January, right there around 23. And if you held on, you're probably very happy right now. This is a chip maker. Okay, so I'd be in here probably on the hourly since we missed the daily. As long as we're not in the red zone, we should be looking at the hourly. If we miss the daily, looking for the pullback. I think $29 would be a good place to buy this one. I would look for a pullback into that spot there next week. Okay, I wouldn't be looking to chase it up here, though. I want to see it into those EMAs, just like it was here and just like it was there. We got BA. BA's up in the red zone, and that stochastic is topping out there. So Again, this one gave us the signal back in May and December, right there around 150, 160. It's pumped up to around 220 there. I'd like to see a pullback to around 180 on that one. You could be looking at the hourly for a pullback, maybe into 206 if you want to play it here. I think that'd be a fair value for that if it's going to continue going up there. FI, I saw this one on the daily gap gainers. It's starting to turn here. You can see it sold off really hard for 3 months. This is another, this is a stock here, and it sold off for 3 months. I saw this on the gap gainers on TradingView. When it gapped up here, it pulled back, and it's trying to reverse here. So another one we're looking at the hourly, maybe for a pullback into like 170, but I don't see this one going lower than 168, and it's got a lot of room to go there on the monthly. You can see the monthly stochastic sitting right there at $9. They do have pretty good financials the last time I checked. Okay, they're making about $5 billion a quarter. So target on that would be 220 to 240, but I do like that one here for next week. I would be looking for an entry on that one as well. That's going to go on the favorites list. We got VLO. This is another energy company. Again, green dot on the monthly, so we are bullish on it. Actively looking for pullbacks here. It's got a green dot there on the daily, so if you missed the daily alert, you're in here on the hourly looking for a pullback into the 200, just like it did there, just like it did there, just like it did there, just like it did there. Again, another good indication to know if a stock is trending up is if that 50, that dark blue line, is up above the light blue line there. Okay, boom, pulling back, nice little entry right there, nice little entry right there. And again, it's trending up here. So target on that is like 160. Uber's up in profit taking territory. I'd be taking profits on Uber here. You can see the stochastics about to hit the top as well. Cashing out. Okay, good place to buy right there off the green dot into the EMA at 83. Nice little 20% trade. But that one, I'd be taking profits on. That one's going on the red list. UAL. UAL, no green dot yet, but that thing is trending up, and we are sitting right on these EMAs. I like that one for next week, too. UAL looks good. Another one, again, we missed the green dot, so you want to be in here on the hourly looking for a pullback, maybe into like 78. That'd be a great place to look for an entry here next week. And again, the target's going to be anywhere from 95 up here to 111. Amazon's approaching the red zone now. We called Amazon out right here at 200. Okay, you also got a green dot right there around 210, it's sitting at 223 now, but I think this one's going to keep on pushing up. You got the green dot alert back there in June. That was last month at around 205, and I think that one's just going to go for a ride here. So that one's got a little bit of room, but not my favorite for next week. Microsoft, yeah, no chance. Okay, looking for profits on Microsoft there. If I was trading Microsoft, I'd use a stop loss right there at 480 to protect the gains. I think we just got new candles here forming here, and you can see Uniswap just gave a daily signal on Uni. So again, we're just range bound going sideways, and until we break out over 8, this thing won't happen. But again, the smart money is loading up right now, guys. I'm telling you, the smart money is loading up. Okay, we're just going sideways. As soon as we start to go parabolic here and we actually hit altcoin season, by the time altcoin season hits, you can see AVE also gave a green dot. Again, both those are on my favorites list so far, but both those are giving signals. So I would be actively looking to enter AVE and Uniswap at the time of streaming this. Today is July 5th. It's about 5 p.m. Pacific time. Okay, both those look really, really good. But again, as I was saying, altcoin season, everyone talks about altcoin season up here when we're already at the top, okay? In my opinion, it's altcoin season right now, okay? We should be loading up on altcoins right now before we hit that level, okay? Because if you go to that, I see someone talk about coin market cap, their altcoin index, right? It's not altcoin season. You can see right here that it's Bitcoin season, okay? It's Bitcoin season right now. But by the time this moves into altcoin season, okay, it's too late to buy because we're already up at the we're already up at the highs. Okay, so again, the smart money is loading up on altcoins right now, guys. And they're just being patient. You don't have to sit in front of your computer all day. We're most likely not going to be at the top tomorrow or next week. And it's not going to happen, right? But if you could buy here, if you're just loading up on some of these names and you could wait, you have the patience to wait 1 to 6 months until we get back up here into our zone, you're going to be really happy come the time. If you're selling now, you're going to hate yourself here by the end of the year, in my opinion. Okay, because it's time. When people are bored, when people are tired, when people are complaining, that is the time to buy. Warren Buffett says, buy when there's blood in the streets. He doesn't say buy when everyone else is excited and jumping for joy and everyone's an expert. He says buy when there's blood in the streets. Buy when people are bored. Buy when no one's talking about stuff. Okay? Not a lot of positive sentiment from the majority of retail on altcoins right now. Everyone's tired. Everybody's fed up. And that's fine. Okay? Because come the time we get back up, we go back parabolic. Again, when this happens, this is when they'll be delusional. This is when you'll hear things like XRP's going to 10,000 by the end of the year and you know, fart coin to the moon. Fart coin's never going down. So on and so forth, right? They're just delusional, okay? We call that the mania phase. This is when everyone's just losing their minds. Everyone's going nuts, right? Everyone's having a good time. We want to buy when no one's talking about stuff, when no one's having a good time. And that's what we're doing right now because we are literally months away from another parabolic move to the upside. Okay, when it comes to alts. Here's SOXL. This one I'd want to see a pullback maybe into 20 here. Okay, I want to see that stochastic on the daily reset there. We got Dell. Nice move on Dell there, but doesn't look too interesting. Again, the majority of these have green dots on their monthly charts. I like T-Mobile here as long as it can hold on to 230, but it needs to break out over that 240 level and close. Stochastic's a little high on that one. Here's NVIDIA just defying gravity. If you would have bought NVIDIA back here at $87 when everyone was panicking about tariffs, you made a shit ton of money there. Okay, and that monthly chart's pointing straight up. So NVIDIA's a day trader stock here. If I was going to buy NVIDIA, I'd probably wait for a pullback into like 145 there on the hourly, into that 200 EMA. But that thing is not a swing trade right now. You want to wait for a pullback. If it comes down to 130, that's where I'd like to scoop it up. But unless that happens, not really looking for a swing on that one. Marvel, though, on the other hand, looks good. Okay, this is another chip maker like NVIDIA. It doesn't have its green dot yet, but it does have a nice green candle there from June, and it is into the averages. So you can see how NVIDIA, right, they do the same thing. They're both chip makers. Obviously, NVIDIA has a lot more of the market share. But you can see it's already had its move up. It's already way off the moving averages. Okay, whereas something like MRVL, Marvel Technology, it's still sitting on that. It has a lot of meat left on the bone. Okay, all the way back up there in the red zone at 120. If it goes back up there and touches the top, that's a 65% trade right there. Okay, that's a very nice trade. So this be a good one for a swing. Really good one for a swing. That one's on the favorites list. A-Firm is approaching that red zone again. We were talking about this one right down here at $50. You had the green dot right there, May 27th at 50, right into that EMA. Boom. It's lifted off. It's already up. I don't even know how much, probably 30, 40%, and still climbing. So again, this is when you could be in here on the hourly, looking for that pullback into the 200, just like it did here. Okay, if you missed the entry. 62, I think, is fair value for A-Firm there. You can see the hourly wave is very oversold too. Or overbought, I'm sorry. And target on that would be up there at 80. You can see last time it called the top right there, red dot inside of the red zone at 81, sold all the way off to 30. ON doesn't look bad. Okay, it's not too far off the average there. That's when you want to be on the hourly looking for that pullback into the 200 there. But that one is green. It has been green since May. That was a beautiful signal right there at $40. It's lifting off. Okay, and again, we did call that out in May. If you guys are in the Discord, you guys get all the monthly, the weekly, and the daily alerts from the Discord. You also get the golden dot alerts. I haven't seen one of those yet. We got one of those on Ondo. But you guys get all the alerts over there in the trade alert section. If you guys are a member, if you guys aren't a member, it's $4 a month to join. That gives you all the signals. It also gives you access to member chat over here, the watch list that we dropped. This is the watch list that we're going over today. I share that with you guys every single week so you guys can review it over the weekend. I also post all my trades and all my favorite setups over here as well. If you guys remember, and we also do giveaways and have a chart request thread over here for Monday's video as well. So if you guys want to join that, just go to the Become a Member tab over there in the Discord. The Discord is free to join. We just do have that paid version for $4 a month. I mean, that's less than a coffee these days. A coffee a month will get you into the chat. It's not always going to be that price. I'm probably going to up it here very shortly when I think the time is right. And I think we're getting really close. I think we have around 2,000 members now, so 16,000 in the server so far. And yeah, I mean, I don't know, $4 a month, what that is. That's pennies, in my opinion. If you guys like the strategy, I mean, you might as well join up and get the alerts. But Elf here, Elf looks good. I'm going to put that one on my favorites list. I like the fact that this one is down here on the stochastic. You can see the monthly came back there in May as well at around $62. And a huge move up here. If this one pulled back into 100, that would be awesome. But just where the stochastic is right now, I think this one's definitely going back up to 180 to 220. That one's going to be on the favorites list for next week as well. If you want, get in here to the hourly and look for a pullback maybe into 120 to 117. But that one looks very, very strong there. That had a huge sell-off. There's a golden dot right there that we called out at around 50. And again, the golden dot is just simply a 1 to 6 month swing trade. So if you entered on this in April, you bought it at 50, you're almost up 200% off of that golden dot. And again, those golden dots we only track on the daily. I saw someone talking about one on the hourly, but the daily ones are really the ones we pay attention to the most. And again, it just means buy and hold for 1 to 6 months until we hit our target. And that was a beautiful call out right there on ELF. And that was called out somewhere over here in the golden dots. I don't know where, but maybe it wasn't. I added this golden dot section a little later. Oh, there it was right there. Boom. On April 14th. We called that out at $50. Okay, and now it's up almost 200%. So target on that's 180 to 220. I like it for next week. I think it looks like it has a lot more room to go. Here's Morpho. This one looks interesting. It's just chopping around though, so it's really boring right now, right? Crypto is very boring at the moment. A lot of the stocks is what I'm looking for. Once we start seeing monthly alerts on crypto, like Chainlink, CRO, some of these other names, right? Uniswap. Okay, that's when shit's gonna get crazy. Okay, but until that happens, we're just gonna go sideways until we get the monthly alerts on crypto. Okay, and we've had a few go off. Like I said, AVE and Ethereum went off. A lot of stocks went off last week. I mean, there was a ton of stocks. If you guys missed that stock video, I dropped the top stocks for July. We're covering a lot of them here today, but I dropped that. I believe that was like on Thursday. If you guys want to go watch that, top stocks to watch in July 2025. Lot of stocks giving green dots, which is actually good because crypto normally follows the stock market. When stocks go up, normally crypto goes up as well. So if we can see these stocks start to break out here, it's going to be really, really nice. TTD, this one's on my favorites list for next week. I like this one a lot. So again, so far, here are the favorites from the watch list here. Okay, I'm going to share this with you guys here after the stream, but TTD looks good. We're right into the moving averages here. We do not have the green dot yet, but we do have a green candle, and we are sitting right here on the EMAs. I really like TTD. I called this one out back here on the 20th at around $70 there. It's pushing up. I really like TTD here. Target on that's 120 to 140. That's around 100% back to the top. CRM. CRM is sitting right on the EMA. It hasn't broken above the EMAs, but it is sitting right on them. Doesn't have the green dot yet on the monthly. I would like that one more if it gave the signal. BlackRock. BlackRock gave the signal last month, and it is breaking out here. Beautiful breakout here into July. Just absolutely pushing up. We are in the red zone now, so I'd be looking for that red dot to take some profits. We were calling that one out right here at around 970. Also called it out right here around 950. Okay, and again, we drop these watch lists every single week. I know I've been gone for 2 weeks, guys. I took a vacation. Forgive me. Okay, I had to take a break. It's okay to take breaks from the market, especially when we're just kind of consolidating, not really doing much. There's life to enjoy, guys. Life's not all about making money, so I encourage you guys. If you guys been grinding for the last few months, it's good to take a break sometimes and come back to it. CCL, we also called this one out here in June. Boom, you can see $23 right there, or around $22 when that thing pulled back into the EMAs. Beautiful trade right there. That was money, dude. Okay, green dot right there in June. We were paying attention. What did it do? It pulled back into our EMA right there at 22. Gave you the green dot right there at 23. It's sitting at 30 now. That was a beautiful trade. Beautiful trade. That was a 30% move there on CCL. I'd be looking to sell that one on the next red dot. Here's GOX. This is a logistics company. Also green here on the monthly. Again, most of these names are green on the monthly. If it's on my watch list, guys, it either has a green candle or a green dot on the monthly chart. Okay, 9.5 times out of 10. Okay, and that thing's pushing up. I'd like to see that one pull back to 44. Okay, right there, that 45, 46 area, I would really like this one if we could pull back to that area next week. Okay, 45, 46 would be beautiful. Okay, and that one's got a lot of room to go up to 56 to 64. Here's Blackstone. Blackstone don't have the monthly yet, but that thing looks like it's coming anytime. That one looks good too. I'd look for a pullback on this one, maybe into like 140, 143. Okta. Okay, now look at this chart. Okay, this is another AI play. Okay, you can see how look how this chart moves, right? We got this monthly dot. We called this thing out back here in December, right there at around $80. It went all the way up to 130, and now it had a pullback. But look at the chart. Look how it's trending, okay? Let me just turn the red zone off here for a minute, okay? And again, if you guys can't see the Fibonacci, when you guys get the indicator, just come over here to this arrow, drop it down. Where it says auto fib, just hide it, okay? You can hide it, okay? And yours most likely looks like this. Yours most likely looks like this. Okay, if I turn everything on, it most likely looks like this. But for simplicity reasons, I just turn these all off because I really just use this. I mean, yes, you could use it to time the bottom if you're bottom fishing, but mostly I'm just using it for the top zone because the top zone is where I want to be looking to take profits. But again, if you don't see it on your indicator when you download it, just click this hide button. You can hide it and unhide it. You can hide these EMAs. You can unhide the EMAs. Okay, you can unhide the volume. You can hide the volume. Okay, so if you don't see it when you download it, just simply come here, click the arrow with the 4, drop it down, and boom, you're good to go. Okay, but look where this thing's trending. So this is on my favorites list for next week because look where it's trending. You see how it bounced right here on the stochastic, or I'm sorry, on the 200. See how it bounces off that EMA, bounces off the EMA, bounces off the EMA, and then comes back up here into the red zone. See that red dot? Boom, called the top right there at 124. Okay, it went to 127, big whoop, but then it sold all the way off to 90. Okay, but right now we're sitting on that moving average, the same moving average where we bottomed here, where we bottomed here, and where we bottomed here, and also where we bottomed here. Okay, so with that being said, this is a solid looking place to be loading up on Okta. Okay, and I know it has a red dot here on the monthly, but that's why you're going to use a very tight stop loss right there at like $95. $95 on the stop loss on that one, and that one is on the favorites list. Here's Ondo. Okay, a lot of people have been requesting this since we got the golden dot. Again, guys, the golden dot is a 1 to 6 month swing trade. That means when you buy it, you have to expect to hold it for 1 to 6 months. Not 2 weeks, not 3 weeks, not 4 weeks, 1 to 6 months. Okay? And our target is always up here in the red zone. So our target's $1.80 to $2. Again, we got that that golden dot down there. For those of you that played it, again, you should still be just holding. You should still just be holding that bag. And that's got a weekly dot this week too. So that's also a very good sign. Again, we don't see any data on the monthly because it's a brand new project. It just came out here in January of 2024, right? So I don't see Ondo going below 60 cents. Okay, I don't see that one dropping below 60. And I really like the fact that it has a weekly dot this week. That one looks really good. Okay, again, I think we're literally weeks to about a month away from another parabolic move here in crypto. Again, we go sideways, we rip. We go down, we go sideways, we rip. Okay, this is coming here into the end of the year, guys. Prepare yourselves. If you're loading your bags right now, you're going to be very happy here come the end of the year, in my opinion. Okay, because again, I just go off the data. I go off the signals. The last time we got green dots down here back in 2024 was that 60 to 70 cents, right? We were getting them in this range. Well, where's the price now? We're in the same exact range as where we were last time before the buyer stepped in. The smart money stepped in and shoved it all the way up to $2. So again, the majority of people are buying Ondo up here at $2. Everyone's excited about Ondo up here. Everyone wants to buy Ondo up here. Nobody gives a crap about Ondo down here, right? So I love Ondo here. I think it looks solid, and I don't see it going below 60 cents. I think that one looks really good. MPC, that one's up in the red zone, so not for next week. MBD, this is Warner Bros. Again, green on the monthly. The majority of these are green on the monthly. I want to buy a pullback into the EMAs on that one. It's too far off the EMA. FedEx looks good for next week. Let's put that one on the favorites list. See, it's right there in the EMAs. If you missed the green dot, you should be in here on the hourly looking for a pullback, just like it pulled back there into the EMA. I'd love to pick FedEx up next week at around around 27 or 227, 226. That one looks good. Again, look, it's got the monthly dot showing up this month, okay, in July. Okay, last time that happened was back here in December of 2022, 3 years ago. Okay, 3 years ago that happened. Look what it did. It went from 160 up to 320. That was a 100% move. You're getting the same signal here on FedEx. Okay, and we're right into the average. So if you miss the green dot, you want to zoom into a smaller time frame like the hourly and watch for a pullback into like 227. Into that, I like to buy, one of my favorite places to buy is off that 200 on the hourly, on the micro time frame. Okay, a green dot on the daily or a pullback into the 200, the light blue line on the hourly are my two favorite places to load up. So I would love to see a pullback into that 225, 227 level on FedEx, but that one looks like a solid swing trade. Why? Because again, if you're looking at the daily, we're right at the 6-month moving average, okay? And we're trending up. How do we know we're trending up? We got a green dot on the monthly chart. Green dot on the monthly chart tells us that we're going up for 1 to 6 months, okay? So for the next 1 to 6 months, somewhere between that time, I'm buying this thinking that we're going to be back up here between 290 and 310. Okay, and we're sitting at 240 right now. So if we hit our target in the next 1 to 6 months, it's a 29% gain. That's really good for a stock, right? 29, 30%, that's great. If you could do it in a couple of months, that's awesome. Again, most people are happy with 5% a year. EVGO, this one looks good for next week too. That one's going to go on the favorites list. So again, favorites list for next week is looking like this. I will share this with you guys here after the stream over in the Discord. And I'll share it on YouTube too if you guys are a Spartan. If you guys hit that join button on the video. If you guys aren't on Discord, you guys can hit the join button on the YouTube video. And that'll get you access to the watch list as well. But EVGO, I would buy the crap out of this one on the next daily dot. We're literally sitting right on the averages right now. The monthly dot is green. And again, we're sitting right in our spot right now. Right in our spot. I don't see that one going lower than $3. Okay, it's sitting at $3.50. I would buy that one on Monday, especially if it has that green dot show up. Okay, I do think that green dot is showing up, though, sometime next week. I believe they make the charging stations for electric cars. MSCI, not for next week. Disney, I want to see a pullback into like 104. NU, we were talking about NU right here at 12. Want to see a pullback. Again, red, we want to see that stochastic reset back down to maybe $12. Silver's just ripping. Again, this is a day trader stock right now. Okay, you could be in here on the hourly looking for a pullback into the 200, just like it did right there at 29, but right now it does not look very good. BCH, this is one we've been tracking for a while. We got the green dot back there in May at around 350. It's sitting at around 500 right now. I'd love to see a pullback just like it did right there into 380. Gave you the green dot right there in June at 380. Again, went up to around 530. Beautiful run. That still got some room to go up there to 600. AXP, not looking for a swing on that one. AKT, what's this one saying on the monthly? It's got a green candle there on the monthly. I'd watch for a weekly on that one. Not my favorite for next week. Here's SUI. Green on the monthly. I want to see that weekly dot come in tomorrow. We're getting new weekly candles tomorrow at 5 p.m. Pacific time. Every Sunday, we get new weekly candles. So I would love to see a green dot on SEI. What's it saying on the daily? We're kind of just hanging around this no man's land. 250 is a big level. If 250 breaks on SUI, things could get ugly. You really want to see that level hold. Okay, I definitely have a stop loss somewhere in that area if I was holding that one. TRB, again, just going sideways here. 30 is going to be a big level for that one. That one also has a green dot on the monthly. This is another crypto for next week. I like this one. It's sitting right on our EMAs at the moment. That one looks good. We got CLF looking good. CLF looks good for next week. We're right into the EMAs. Looking for a pullback maybe into like 760 on that one. And again, the dot is green. Okay, boom, green and pointing up. Target on that's up there between 14 and 16. Solid look at stock there. QNT, this one's up above the averages. Great place to buy right here in June when everyone was panicking right there at 90. And again, the green dot there on the monthly, looking good. Target on that one still 140 to 160. What's the hourly saying? Hourly's right into it. So I'm going to add this one to the favorites as well. Looking for either a green dot or I would probably buy that one right here at 100 if I wanted to go long on it. Okay, you can see, boom, green dot pointing up. We need to break out over 120. If it could break 120 this month, that thing's going for a ride. Ulta, not interested. URI, a little too high off the moving averages. Lowe's looks good. Lowe's looks good as long as it can hold on to 220. I'm not going to put that one on the favorites, actually, but it looks decent as long as it can hold on to 220. You can see how the monthly is starting to curl here. That's stochastic starting to curl up, and it is right into our EMA. So you'd like to see that one break out next week. Target on that would be 270 to 280. UPST, too far off the averages. Your time to buy was right there at around 50. HPQ. HPQ, this one I think had the monthly, doesn't have the monthly yet, but you can see how it's curling. Nice green candle. And it is into the EMA. So I do like HPQ for next week as well. Okay, we're right on the 50 at the moment. You could be in here on the hourly. If that comes down to 25 and bounces, that would be the confirmation that this trend is reversing. Target on that's 36 to 39. Crocs, I really like Crocs. Crocs is on the favorites for next week as well. That one does have the monthly showing up this month. You can see the last time we got a monthly dot was right there around a year ago at 96. It went all the way up to around 160. So that was a beautiful, right, 1 to 6 month trade. That's what we're looking for here on this channel. You got the green dot showing on the monthly. If you guys don't know what Crocs is, they make those shoes, those slip-on shoes. I actually just bought a pair of their new sandals, and they're really awesome. And we're right into the averages here. So I'd be looking for an entry on Crocs here next week. So far, the favorites are looking like this. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, favorites are looking like that. I will share that list with you guys here after the stream here. Hope everyone's doing well. Nope, Polkadot, I'd be looking for the monthly dot. If it's not on my watch list, guys, it needs a monthly dot. Okay, monthly dot or monthly candle. Okay, if you're looking at Polkadot, okay, you can see it's just sideways, right? We're not going to break out until we get the green dot. So we're waiting for that. I do think it's going to come sometime this month or in August. Until it happens, yeah, it's just going to be sideways. We're just going to go sideways. NBIS, that one's green on the monthly. Daily, I would like to buy this one right there around 40 bucks. Okay, stochastic is on the floor right now, so that's interesting. Ooh, 46 would be an interesting spot. That looks interesting. If it pulls back to 40, that would be awesome. I'd look for a green dot on that one. Okay, I'm going to put that one on the watch list, actually. The favorites list for next week. I do like the breakout. We'd be looking for a green dot. The next green dot, you're going to want to enter NBIS. Here's AMAT, also green here on the monthly, trending up. So we're looking for pullbacks here. Okay, the daily is trending up. So we want to see a pullback just like it did right there into like 165. We want to see a pullback into like 174. Okay, that'd be a beautiful, beautiful place to buy. 174. CMG, that one's also green this month on the monthly. We'd like to see a pullback into like 53. So watching for a green dot on CMG. Apple actually looks interesting. There's no dot yet, but it is trying to curl here. So as long as Apple can hold on to 200, I like it. Okay, and it is trying to break out here. So I'd be watching the hourly on this one as well. If we can get that pullback into 200 here next week, I think that'd be a great place to buy it. So if that thing pulls back to around 200 next week, I think that's going to look awesome. And I'm actually going to add that one to the favorites list because I want to look for that. If it pulls back to 200, I might pull the trigger on some Apple calls there. Okay, that looks very interesting. Very interesting. Again, no dot. Got a green candle, though, and we're starting to curl here. We're starting to curl up. So we'll see what Apple does next week. Here's TSM, too high. Comcast, that one's going on the favorites next week. Again, these are 1 to 6 month swings, guys. And this one does have the green dot here on the monthly chart. And we are right into our EMAs. Target on that's 42 to 46. Here's MU. MU is another one I gave you guys back in June. Back here into these EMAs at like 90. Okay, looks good. We got that green dot back there in June. That thing went up from 90 all the way to, I don't know, 130. Beautiful. And that stochastic's back down on the floor. I think this one has some more room back up there to 150. If you want to play that one, it's going to be a shorter term trade. Okay, with a stop loss right there at 118. And it looks like it has some room back to 140, 150. Okay, that stochastic's down there on the floor on the daily. That one looks good. Nope, Target's coming up. Target's somewhere on this list. We're getting pretty close here to the bottom. Hype, we need a pullback. Google doesn't look bad. That's another one you might want to be in here on the hourly. Looking for the pullback into like 174 on, but it does have a green dot there on the monthly for Google. So watch for that one to break out to 190 to 210 there. MSTR, we're in the red zone now. But again, these crypto stocks are starting to wake up a little bit. CE looks good. I think I called this one out last week. That one looks good. We did get the monthly alert on that one there back in May, and we are starting to trend up here. I do like CE. HPE, a little too far off the EMAs there. Ethereum is obviously on the watch list. I really like that one right here around 2,500. I do believe that one's going to be 5,000 to 8,000 by the end of the year. CELH is one of the best stocks we've traded this year. They had their earnings beat at 34. They sold back off, gave you a buy signal right there at around 27. Went all the way up to 40. Okay, pulled back. Let me turn this off for you guys. Okay, you see how it pulled back into the EMA. Nice trade. Pulled back into the EMA. Really nice trade. My target on that's around $60. ET, another energy company here. Looks good. We're right on the EMA, just consolidating here. Okay, 17 is your level you're watching. No dot yet on the monthly, but as long as this thing can hold on to like $17, it looks really good. Okay, watching for a green dot on that one next week. I'm going to put that one on the favorites list too. Here's Coinbase, another one we gave you guys right here at 237 or 234 when we pulled back into the EMA there. Again, the strategy is really simple, guys, if you think about it. If you guys have been following along for a while, I mean, you guys should have somewhat of a grasp on this by now, I hope. Okay, when you see the green dot on the monthly, okay, just like we got there in June on Coinbase, and we called this one out at the beginning of June. I believe it was right here. I dropped the video right here at 240. It ended up going down to like 230, but then it ripped all the way up to 380. So I would personally be looking to take profits or set a stop loss. Here on Coinbase, I would put my stop loss at 320. If you want to be less conservative or more conservative, put it right there at 330. It looks like it could continue there. We'll see if it prints green here next week, but if it does, that one could just keep on going. You can see the monthly stochastic isn't quite there. It's got a little bit of weight, a little bit of room to go. That thing could top out around $400 or $500. It looks very, very strong. But again, we were calling this out down here in this area, guys. We called this out down here. We're not chasing it up here. Why are we not chasing it? Because you have this separation off the EMAs. Okay, we need to buy at a fair price. How do we buy at a fair price? We buy at the average. We're not buying way off the average. Okay, if you want to day trade this, fine. I don't care. Okay, but our trade was from here to here. Okay, this was our trade. Coinbase. Boom. 59% in the bag. Okay, thank you very much. Have a nice day. Okay, let's go find the next trade setup. Okay, and all these right now are setting up very, very nicely, just like Coinbase right now. Okay, and again, I will share this favorites list with you guys here after the stream. Did I put Crocs on there? Yes, I did. PayPal. PayPal looks very interesting here. Okay, I like PayPal here. Green dot on the monthly. Looks good. It's showing up this month. This was on our video from Thursday. Okay, you got the green dot just like you got right here in July. Right there at $65, $66. Boom, right up to 95, 96. Okay, pushing. Okay, we're a little bit off the EMA. This was a great spot to be adding right here at 70. Okay, you'd have to be in here on the hourly looking for a pullback into like $73 if you really want to snipe it. But over the next 1 to 6 months, I do believe this one is going to grind all the way back up here to $80 to $92. Okay, PayPal looks interesting on a pullback. I mean, if you're not in it, you could, if you're really 1 to 6 months out, it might pull back to 72. If it does, you just could add more. But that thing looks like it's on its way back up to 88 to 92. Okay, I'm not going to put that on my favorites list just because it's not into the averages. Here's Thermo Fisher. I'm going to put this one on the favorites, though, because why? We're into that average right there. We're breaking back up above the average, and we're starting to curl here. You can see the curl is starting to happen. We're missing the green dot, but I think that thing could come either this month or in August, and we are just now breaking up over these averages. So if you were to play this, you would want to say, okay, if this thing goes below 399, I'm wrong on the trade. Okay, and if you really wanted to snipe it, you could look for a pullback into like 412 on Thermo Fisher. Okay, that would be a great price to buy it. Then your stop loss is right here at around 389. I'm sorry, 398, right there at that low from that candle. Okay, and then you just let it ride all the way back up here to 580 to 620. Okay, and again, that green dot is coming. It's not on the chart yet, but it is coming here in the next couple of months. Okay, and the last one that came was right here in December. That was around 490. It went all the way up to 625. That was a beautiful trade. Okay, so that one's actually on the favorites list for next week too. And again, I will be sharing this favorites list with you guys here at the end of the stream. What else we got? Ford. Ford got a green dot there in May. Broke out here. Again, you want to look for a pullback into the hourly now, just like that at 10. If you miss the green dot, you want to wait for the pullback into the hourly. Okay, I'd like to buy Ford. If Ford could pull back to like 1080, I think that'd be a great place to buy it. But as of right now, I don't want to chase this up here. Okay, if it could line up everywhere on the monthly, daily, and hourly, that's when you want to take the position. But right now, you're chasing. You see how far up this is? Wait for a little correction and then a bounce. Okay, and the target would be up there between 14 and 15 bucks. MEC, okay, nice little pullback here. Boom, starting to run. That one's got a green dot also on the monthly chart. So we want to be in here on the hourly looking for a pullback into the 200 now that we missed the daily alert. I'll get to some chart requests here in a sec, guys. Let's get through this list. ARM, a little too far up next week. CVX looks good. This is Chevron. Doesn't have the dot yet, but it looks like it is coming very shortly. I like this one as long as it holds 140. PFE is on the favorites list for next week. I really like PFE. This is a healthcare company. Monthly dot there showing up in July. Looks good. We're right into the averages. Target on that's anywhere from 29 to 31. ENTG also on the favorites list. Right there into the averages. That one looks good as long as it can hold on to that level right there at around 77. Again, green dot on the monthly. The last time we got a green dot was back here in February at 82. It went all the way up there to around 147. Okay, that's also on the favorites list here. TXN, that's getting into profit-taking territory. So it's in the red zone. Again, your setup was right here at around 176. It's up here at the top of the red zone. So if you entered here into the averages somewhere in this area, okay, you made around 20%. That's pretty good for a stock. Okay, not like crypto. You're not going to get that 300% move. But a 20% move on a high cap stock like Texas Instruments is solid. Okay, that is in profit-taking territory, though. So I would either be selling here or selling on a red dot. Billy, I'd like to see a pullback on Billy. Okay, watching the hourly on this one, that pulled back to 20. I'd pull the trigger. This is a Chinese stock here. And again, got a green monthly. So we are actively looking for positions. I think 20 is fair value on that. Looking for the daily green dot or a pullback to 20. Eli Lilly looks interesting. I don't know how these healthcare companies are going to react to the big, beautiful bill. But I like that one above 750. That's a big healthcare company. No green dot yet. You really need to set a stop loss on this one if you're going to trade it right there, probably at 750. SHIB. Yeah, I'll get some chart requests, guys. Don't worry. I'll get your chart requests here at the end of stream. Just stick around a little bit longer. We're just going to get through the rest of these names here. SHIB. This one needs the monthly. That one's going back on the red list. Bitcoin, on the other hand, that one is green on the monthly. You guys could see, I mean, this indicator is money when it calls these moves on Bitcoin. I mean, look at this. All the way since 2015, it's called the bottom. And we are continuing to push up here. So, I mean, you got the green dot right there at around 100. Nice little 8% trade if you're into that. Into trading Bitcoin. I personally could care less about Bitcoin right now. I'm looking at altcoins. EL. You'd have to look for the hourly, right? Look for a pullback maybe into around 76 on this one next week. Just a little too high, but it is breaking out here on the monthly. Looks good. I can't remember what that one does, but I would love to buy that one around 75, 76. NSSC. That one's green on the monthly. Looks good. And it's into the EMA. So, yeah, this one looks solid. I like this one for next week. ELC. This is the... I'm sorry, XLE. This is the energy ETF. No thanks. FCX, a little too high. Block looks interesting. XYZ. That one's got a target of 90 to 100. The monthly chart is giving you a green dot here in July. So this is one you'd want to see at like 64. I'd pull the trigger around 64. Okay, if you're looking at the micro time frame like the hourly, you can see how it pulls back and bounces, pulls back and bounces, pulls back and bounces. Okay, same thing here. I'd love to see that one at 60, like $64 next week. I'm going to put that one on the favorites list, looking for a pullback on that one here. Nike. Nike, big gap up there. Beautiful gap up. That thing's going back for a ride here. I'd love to see Nike at 66 next week. Okay, green on the monthly, looking good. We also got the golden dot on this one back here at around 65, so you're up a little bit if you guys entered on that back in March. And we're continuing to push up. Target on that's 88 to 98. HD, this is Home Depot, got the golden dot there. Golden dot, so I like Home Depot next week. Golden dot is a 1 to 6 month swing. We're targeting anywhere from 410 to 430 on that one. JBHT, that one's on the favorites list next week. And again, green on the monthly this week. Got the green dot on the monthly. Perfect time to look for an entry if you're into the EMAs. Target on that's 180 to 200. Looks really good. EXPI is one of my favorites for next week. I really like this one a lot. It's a real estate name. So that big, beautiful bill has a lot of pro-real estate policies that just passed. So I think real estate names are going to start popping off here. And EXPI, this is EXP World Holdings. I actually worked in the real estate industry for a while until I quit my job to be a full-time trader streamer. But EXP is one of the largest real estate brokerages in the world. And it has that green dot showing up this month. So this is actually one of my favorite plays here on EXPI. I'd use a stop loss on this one right down there at $8. And you probably want to be in here on the hourly looking for like a pullback into 9 to snipe the trade. But that one's got a target of 13 to 15. I really like that one for next week. So far the favorites are looking like this for next week. Okay, they're looking really good here. Going into Monday, I'll share this with you guys here after the stream. And once we get through these names, I will be taking some chart requests. Madison Square Garden, want to see that stochastic pull back a little bit. STLA is another one that looks interesting. That one's got the green dot there. This one was called out again. If you guys missed that video on YouTube, it's on my YouTube page, but if you're in the Discord, you guys can watch it over here in the latest tab. I post all my latest streams and videos over here. This one was for the top stocks in July of 2025. I dropped that on Thursday, but this name was called out in that. Again, the last time we got a green dot here was back here in 2022. That was 3 years ago. Okay, and it went from 13 all the way up there to 30. So that was a huge move off that signal last time. Same thing right there, had a big move. And they got earnings coming up. But these guys are a huge company. They make like $91 billion a quarter. So this is probably one of my favorite stocks to be looking to buy here next. Like ASAP, actually, with that monthly dot showing up. The stock's just been absolutely clobbered. But that monthly dot is the reversal signal that we look for. Okay, it reversed right there, reversed right there, reversed right there, reversed right there, reversed right there. It's the same signal all the way since 2012, guys. I mean, this is data. This isn't just me pulling stuff out of my rear end. I try to back up everything that I say with data. I'm not just an influencer that just throws crap at the wall and sees what sticks, right? I am trying to show you guys the data on the chart, okay? If I'm a bet man, I'm going to bet on these dots because they're literally 100%. It's 100% all the way for the last 13 years if you added here and just held, okay? Add, hold, add, hold, add, hold. If you can hold, you can make money using this strategy. But a lot of people can't do that. A lot of people can't take the fluctuation, okay? A lot of people can't take the sideways, okay? Everyone wants the Lambo tomorrow, but no one wants to wait. Realistically, you can't get rich overnight, guys, unless you hit the lotto. And your chances are better of getting hit by lightning than hitting the lotto. So if you want a real strategy that has proven to work since the beginning of time here, STLA looks solid. Solid looking play here. I really like STLA next week. Okay, and that one was also on that list from the other day. XRP, we don't got the green dot yet on the monthly, but we do got the weekly still showing up here in June. I would love to see this thing break out over 250. Again, I called this dot out at the beginning of the week. It went down 5 cents and everybody's on my ass. If you guys are watching this, I'm guessing you understand this is a 1 to 6 month swing trade. This isn't a 2-hour trade, right? We're still into the EMAs. We're into the EMA. Okay, we're bouncing right on the 200. As long as the XRP holds $2, it's still, the trade is still in play. Okay, and I really like that weekly signal. So I like it as long as it can hold on to 2. If $2 breaks, my stance is going to have to come back to earth. right? But as long as we hold 2, I would be bullish on XRP, especially with this weekly dot right here. Okay, we got another one right here in April at around 211. It went up to 260, 270, pulled back, and you're getting another one right at the same exact price. So 2 weekly dots in the same area tells us, right, this is a solid support level, solid place of support for XRP, and that's at $2. We've been talking about that for probably 3 months. Here's Riot. Riot's another one we've been talking about here for a while. Pulled back into 8 there, pulled back there into 9. Got the green dot right there on the 25th and ripped. We're getting real close to the red zone on this one. This is another crypto miner. So these crypto miners are starting to go nuts, guys. Here's AI. I really like AI next week, too. This one had the monthly dot show up for a second, and then it faded away. Okay, but I like the fact that it's now breaking out over the EMAs. Again, if you're down below the EMAs, we're in a downtrend. But when we break up above it, right, that's when we break the trend. We pulled back. Beautiful entry signal right there. We called that out in the Discord at 23. Boom. Okay, we're up at 25, 26 now. Got a lot of room to go. I like AI for next week too. Okay, I'd be in here on the hourly, probably looking for a pullback into like 24.50 if I wanted to snipe the trade. OXY. Got a green dot there on the monthly. I like that one as long as it can hold on to 40 bucks. Okay, those energy plays haven't been very nice, but that one looks interesting. Filecoin, this one needs the monthly. Okay, we need that monthly signal. It's very, very close. Very, very close. This month or next month, it's going to happen. There is going to be a catalyst. I don't know what it's going to be, but there is going to be a catalyst very soon. I can tell you guys that. IBIT, the Bitcoin ETF, a little too high for us. SMCI, this one looks good. We've been talking about this one since $40. It's up about 20%. I'd be in here on the hourly. You see how this one bounces off the hourly there? Bounce, 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 bounce. Okay. Watch for that pullback maybe into like 45 next week. That one looks good. I'll go ahead and add that one on the favorites too. Looking for that green dot there or that pullback on the hourly. BHP is another one that looks good. BHP group. That one's got the green dot here on the monthly. Daily chart is breaking out here. So watch for the hourly maybe to pull back down here into 49 if you want to snipe it. Virtual sitting right on the 200. Okay, I like virtual for next week too. But virtual needs to hold on to that level right there at 125. Okay, needs to hold 125 there. AMD, another beautiful trade from last month. Okay, beautiful breakout over the EMAs there. It pulled back. We called this green dot out around 110. Boom, it ripped all the way up to 150. I'd love to see AMD pull back into like 120. I want to see it pull back into 120 on AMD or even 128. Okay, that looks good. We'll watch for a green dot on that one next week. USO, United States Oil Fund. That one looks interesting. I'm going to put that one on the favorite. So it's got a green dot there on the daily, also green on the monthly. This thing's very choppy, so you're going to want to make sure that thing holds on to 72. You got Grab Holdings. Grab is green on the monthly. The daily is very choppy, though. Okay. If you're looking at the hourly, we are into the averages. So you're going to want to just make sure this thing holds on to like 480. As long as it can hold on to 480, I would look to buy the next hourly dot here on Grab. Okay, simply just playing that green dot there on the monthly. But 480 is a very, very important support level. ASML, that one's green on the monthly as well. I like this one too for next week. Okay, you could snipe it on the hourly. You can see how it pulled back into it right there at 770. I like it as long as it holds that level right there. NEU, another solid looking stock here. Green dot there on the monthly. Beautiful. Okay, target on that's up there at 170. Looking for a pullback maybe on the hourly to like 125, 126. Okay, just like it did right there. Beautiful entry at 116. Awesome looking trade right there. Okay, green pointing up. We're bullish. Okay, I like this one too. SLB is green on the monthly. You're going to want to make sure this one holds on to that level right there at 33. Okay, I want to see that one really break out. We got MPWP. Not really sure what this one does, but it did have a green dot there on the monthly. This one we want to watch for the hourly. Again, we want to watch for that pullback. You see how it pulls back into the hourly 200. When it's in an uptrend, it will always bounce right there. It will always bounce on that hourly. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, and as long as the dot is green on the monthly, we're in an uptrend. Okay, but the stochastic is getting a little high on the daily. So I would like to buy that one closer to like 680 to 700. Yeah, Jeff says crypto week, July 14th to 18th. Yeah, hopefully we get something. I think there's going to be a catalyst. I think something's going to happen. Something big is going to happen in the next couple of months that's going to send altcoins to the absolute sky. And the big, beautiful bill passing is really good for the markets. Really good for the markets. Okay, that's stimulus, baby. Mara, again, we've been talking about this for a while. Shout out to Nitro. He's having surgery, but he was really hyped on this for you guys. But it is now just breaking out. So target on Mara is up here at 24 to 28 bucks. Another one I'd probably be in here on the hourly looking for a pullback. If you can get Mara next week at like 1550, that would be solid. Okay, if you get a pullback down back down to that area at 1550, that would be beautiful. CLP, another energy name here, monthly dot. So obviously we're bullish over the next 1 to 6 months. Let's go ahead and put this one in the favorites list for next week. SLB doesn't look bad either. You just want to make sure that one holds 33. IONQ. God, this one was beautiful. Beautiful buy right back down there at 24. We're back up in the red zone though, so that's more of a day trader stock. Pepsi, on the other hand, looks very interesting here. Okay, look at that green dot on Pepsi. Pepsi's pointing straight up, baby. Okay, daily's up there into the average. If you could buy Pepsi right down here at like 132 into that average on the hourly, that'd be a great, great, great place to snipe some Pepsi. I really like Pepsi, and they got earnings coming up, it looks like, too, in a couple weeks. But you're seeing that monthly dot right there get called out. Okay, that's telling us that that right there is the bottom. Okay, if that breaks, we're wrong. But you could put a stop loss right there at 127. Beautiful signal. Okay, last time we got a signal with the green dot down here, well, we had a couple right there, and we lost our support. It was back here at around 100. It went up to 200. With the wave all the way down here, though, right, was all the way back here in 2009 at 50 bucks. It went all the way up to 200 for like a 300% trade there. So same signal, okay, different time. Pepsi looks good. Okay, I'd be watching the hourly for a pullback here early next week at like 132. STZ also breaking out here. I like STZ here too. Another beverage company here. Okay, got the green dot there on the monthly. We're trying to break out here. I like this one as long as it can hold on to that 160 support. We tapped the same support where we got the golden dot back here in February. It went from 160 up to 198. Pulled back. Tapped it again. That's a double bottom right there. STZ looks really good for next week. If you could buy that one around 165, that would be solid. That would be solid. Oscar. Okay, so a lot of you guys getting hyped up on this one up here at 23 bucks. You guys were talking about it up here in the red zone. I said, hey, we're probably going to pull back to 15, and we're sitting at 16.50 right now. I think 15 is fair value for this. So I like this one actually next week. I just want to see a green dot reversal, or I want to see it hold on to that $16 level. So if you want to take a stab at it here, looks like a good spot with a stop loss at 16, but if 16 breaks, I would add here at 16, and then if it comes down to 15, I would add again. But you could see that little gap down there. See the gap? We probably need to fill that. So I told you guys $15 I would buy this thing. So if it comes down to 15, I'd look to scoop some up. Okay, but again, when we're up here off the averages, you guys need to beware. Okay, we're off of the mean. We're in greed territory, right? We're up here in delusion greed territory. Okay, when we're off the mean, people are excited. You don't want to buy when people are excited. You don't want to buy after a 100% move to the upside. You want to wait for that retracement, just like you got here, and then look for the green dot into the EMAs, just like it gave you right there on the 16th at 14 before it went up there. Okay, we don't want to buy up here. We want to buy down here. Okay, but that one looks good for next week. I do like it. Okay, watching for a green dot or watching for it to fill that gap down here at 15. 15 would be a beautiful place to buy that one. Here's WLK. We got the golden dot right here at 70. That was a couple weeks. That was about back in the end of May, so about a month ago. Okay, $70 to $80. You're already up, I don't know, 20%. Looking at the hourly, you want to buy this one at 77 if you want to get the entry, but this looks like it's just getting started. Okay, you look at the monthly, we're curling here. We're curling up after a big sell-off to the downside. Last time we got a green dot with a wave down here was in 2020. We went for an absolute ride. Okay, I like this one next week too. Beautiful looking chart. EA, no thank you. MRK. This is another one of those cryptocurrencies that has a green dot on its monthly chart. You can see the last time I got a green dot on the monthly was back here in 2023. That was at around 650. It went all the way up there to 4,000. Okay, that was a 800% trade if you had the guts to hold on for however many months that is. I don't know, probably 8 months. Okay, that was an 800% trade. A lot of people don't have that much patience. But hey, that's why we win. Okay, because we have patience. Okay, you guys ever hear about the turtle in the hare? The turtle wins the race. The guy who stays consistent, the guy who takes it slow, the guy who doesn't panic or get excited or stop at every distraction that comes at him, right? The turtle wins the race in the end. So I like MRK for next week. That's also a stock here. And I like it. If you can get it at like 1,600, that'd be awesome. The hourly is trying to bounce here off the bottom at 1,800. You can see we bounced there, attempting to bounce again, but ultimately just waiting for a green dot on that one. ALB, another lithium miner. You got a green dot there on the monthly. That one's going on the favorites list as well. Dollar General. Dollar General was a solid play. We called that out in December right there at around 74. Beautiful trade. That's almost an 80% gain from there. And we're getting pretty close to our price target. So we're too far off the EMA. This was a beautiful place to buy it right there at 87. We're just too far off the averages for next week. Snapchat's going on the favorites list. I know I sold that one. I told you guys after I sold it, it would start to go back up. But I did sell it and play TAI for a 300% move. So it was the right play. But you can see the monthly dot is back on that one. So we are into the EMA here. I would be looking at the hourly, maybe for a pullback into like 860 there. I think that'd be a great play on Snap for next week. If you can get it there, again, we got the monthly confirmation. Monthly confirmation means we're going up for 1 to 6 months. It is breaking out over its resistance over here. I really like that one. If you could pick it up at 860, that would be an absolute snipe for next week. Dog Whip's got a green dot on the weekly. I don't know about that one. Here's Target. You guys were asking about this. I love Target. I've loved Target for a while now. Okay, we got 2 golden dots on this one back here in March. One came at 104 and the other one came down here at 90. Okay, and we've been going sideways for a while, but now we are breaking out here. So Target is definitely on the favorites list for next week. That one has its monthly green dot there, just like it got back here in November. Right there at 107, it went all the way up to around 182. That was a 100% move in the matter of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 months. And then it sold all the way back up, but you're getting the same signal here on Target. People keep saying these guys are going to go bankrupt, but if you guys look at their financials, they're making $23 billion, $30 billion, $25 billion, $25 billion. I don't know of a company that goes bankrupt that makes $25 billion a quarter. So, yeah, I don't know where you're getting your information from, but that green dot on the monthly, we are very bullish, and I would buy that one right here, right now. Okay, if you want to snipe it, you can get in here to the hourly and buy a pullback into like 99 or 100. But I think that one's going up for the next 1 to 6 months. Target on that's going to be from 150 to 160. DKNG's coming down here. That one's green on the monthly there. And I would love to buy that one at like 38 bucks right there into those EMAs. Let's watch for a green dot on that one next week. We got SOUN trying to break out here. Green candles all around there on the monthly. No dot yet, though. Weekly is blasting off here. I would like to buy this one at 10. If it could pull back to 10, I'd buy it next week. Watch for a pullback to 10 on that one. I'll put that one on the favorites list just because AI plays look like they're absolutely ripping. Reddit, too high. GRR looks interesting. This is Gorilla Technology. They got a green dot on the monthly, green on the weekly, and we are green on the daily. So I really like that one above 16 bucks. You could even move your stop loss up to like, what is that, 19 bucks. On the hourly, you probably want to snipe that one on one of these green dots here on the hourly, but I don't see that one breaking down below that 18 or this support right here at around 18 bucks. SSwap. This one had a really big move up. I'm looking for a green dot on this one. This one has a partnership with Chainlink, but a huge move up there last week or a couple weeks ago, and then it puked it all the way back. So after a big move up, normally they flush everybody that rushed into it up here back out of it. So I'd look to pick this one up on a green daily dot next week. That is a cryptocurrency. Very low market cap play there. MRK, I like that one. I'm going to put SWAP on the favorites list too. Looking for a green dot on that one. But MRK is another medical company here with a green dot on the monthly. Looking really, really good. PFE and MRK are two of my favorite plays for next week. MRK is probably one of my favorite. Again, I went over most of these on that video from Thursday. If you guys want to go watch that, it's on YouTube. Again, you can always watch the replays of these streams if you guys join late over here on in the latest tab in the Discord. The Discord is free to join. That link is in the description and pinned on the live stream chat there. But that one from Thursday, I went over a bunch of stocks. And MRK is money, dude. This looks fantastic. If you can get this one at like $80 next week, that would be an absolute snipe. And it's sitting at 80 right now. So again, long way to go back to the red zone. That's good. That's a good thing. Okay, and we're breaking out over the EMAs as we speak. I really like MRK. Okay, so far here are the favorites for next week, guys. These are the favorites for next week. Okay, and I will be sharing this list here after the stream. We're getting pretty close, and I'll take a couple chart requests. Here's BABA. Now, BABA doesn't have a monthly dot yet, guys, but we pulled back for 5 months in a row now. What I do like about BABA is that it's into the 200 EMA here. See how it bounces on the 200, that light blue line here on the daily? Bounced here, bounced here, bounced right in that area. Again, everyone wants to buy BABA up here, but no one wants to buy it down here. I do like BABA here. I want to see a green dot on BABA next week. I'm going to put that one on the favorites list. Another huge company here. They make about $32 to $40 billion a quarter. If you can get that one at like $100, that'd be awesome. But I'd watch for a daily on that one next week just because it's back into that moving average where it really likes to bounce. Here's INJ. That one doesn't have the monthly yet. I'm going to put that one back on the red list. Okay, we're not tracking crypto until we get those monthly alerts. Okay, if the crypto doesn't have a monthly alert, we're just going to go sideways until that happens. Until we get the monthly alerts on altcoins, we're not going to see any type of move. We're just going to continue to keep on going sideways. So no developments are happening. We're just, Ethereum is going sideways. But you can see Ethereum is trying to push up here. We need to break out over 2,900 and close. Okay, that's what needs to happen. And again, it could happen next week. Jeff was saying that crypto week is going to be next week, I believe in 2 weeks. I guess the United States Congress is going to be passing a lot of crypto legislation. That could be the catalyst. Who knows what the catalyst is going to be, guys, but I still am very, very, very locked into my target of the end of Q4 being the top of altcoin season. Q4 or even the beginning of Q1, okay, which is going to be January to February. But I think it's going to be sometime between November. It's probably going to be around November now. Okay, I'm pushing my target back. I have been saying August, but sometime in that Q4 range. It just depends on when we decide to go. Right now, smart money's just playing with us, right? The smart money's just playing with retail right now. We're up, we're down, we're up, we're down, we're up, we're down, we're up, we're down, we're up. Okay? We're consolidating. We're consolidating. This is the most boring time of the market at the stealth phase. We're just sideways. But normally, after this kind of action, comes a big move to the upside. Okay, because all of retail's tired here. They're tired. They're tired of watching their bags go up and down and up and down and up and down and up. Right? We're not going down. We're not going up. We're going sideways. We're going sideways. Okay? After the sideways comes this. And the longer we consolidate, the bigger the move. And this is some of the longest consolidation I have ever seen on Ethereum. We're literally just going sideways. Okay? We're up. We're up quite a bit since June, right? We're up like 50%. Okay, see, we're up from 1,700. We went up to 3,000. That was a 100% move since May. Okay, 100%. But now we're just chop, chop, chop. Okay, and Ethereum does have that monthly dot, so I really like that. I just want to see all these other altcoins like Chainlink, like AVAX, right? Like CRO, like some of these names, ARB. I want to see all those follow. I want to see these monthly alerts from crypto, from all the altcoins. Okay, when that happens, you're going to see fireworks. It's going to be insane. But until that happens, we should probably be focusing on some other stuff. I'm not saying you can't keep holding your name, but the breakout, the move's not going to happen until that happens. These things that we talked about today, these things are moving up, right? These names right here, they are moving up. Okay, crypto right now is going sideways. This is why it's really good to be diversified. If you're just trading crypto, you're doing yourself a disfavor. Okay, because sometimes it's not time to invest in crypto. You shouldn't have been investing in crypto back here, right, from 2021 all the way down here to 2023 until you got this dot on Bitcoin. You see Bitcoin bottom. We called the bottom right here in 2023 on Bitcoin at $17,000. $17,000 we called Bitcoin right there. If you guys were in the Discord, that signal was called out. Okay, you shouldn't have been buying during this time. Why? Because the dot was red. We were red and we were moving down. We want to trade stuff that's going up. How do we know that it's going up? It has a green dot on the monthly. Okay, green dot or a green candle on the monthly. Okay, the green dots are much more accurate than just a simple green candle. Okay, and all these names that I called out that are in my favorites list that I'm going to share with you guys here after the stream all have green dots on the monthly, which tell you it's moving up. Like, I am still holding crypto. I'm holding my Chainlink because I don't think the move, I don't think this was the top back here at 30. It was the short-term top, but I don't think it was the macro top. Okay, so Chainlink, I'm just holding. And when I get the green dot, then I could start thinking about taking profits when this stochastic RSI gets back up here to the white dotted line. I don't think that's going to happen till November. It's July. I got July, August, September, October, November. 5 months. 5 months I am away from where I am buying. I'm buying for the prices in 1 to 6 months. I'm buying for those prices. Not for tomorrow's prices, but for those prices. And when we get those green dots on the monthly, that will be the absolute confirmation that altcoin season has kicked off. Okay, I still believe we're in altcoin season. Like I said, Ethereum has already gone up 100% this summer. Okay, it's already up 100%. So we just haven't got the true signal. We haven't got the true liquidity injection, right? The smart money, the institutions haven't let it go yet. They're sticking it in this spot, right? They're sticking it right here, right between 2,800 and 2,400. Okay, I don't make the rules, guys. This is the game. Again, markets go down, markets go up, or markets go sideways. Right now, we are in a consolidation phase. Until we break out, there ain't going to be a lot of excitement. Here's Rocket Mortgage. Rocket Mortgage's got a green dot too. I like this one for next week as well. Okay, that one looks very good. I'd buy it right there at 14. Target on that would be 19 to 21. DHI, DR Horton. See, a lot of these real estate names, this is a home builder. A lot of these real estate names are doing very well. Okay, you can see right there that green dot on the monthly. Last one came back here in November at 77, 78. Boom, it went all the way up to 200. You're getting the same signal here that you got 3 years ago, okay, at 72. Okay, and we went for an absolute ride. So DHI is on the list there. SEI still looking really good. RUM, RUM, this is Rumble. Green dot on the monthly. Hourly's breaking out, and the daily's just consolidating here. So I like this one above 8. Not my favorite, though. And then Near's on my watch list just because it's gone down for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 months in a row. Last time it went down for 8 months in a row was back here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What happened after 8 months? It went from $1 all the way up to 9 for a 900% move. So I think this looks like an excellent long. And this is Near Protocol. Again, that confirmation of the bottom is going to be the green dot. Again, I think we're months away from that happening. It's either going to happen this month or it's going to happen in August. If not August, September. But again, the last time we went down for 8 months in a row, we went up 900% from that level. So I like that one. If you want to go long here at $2, I think it's a good looking stock. So I'll share this favorites list with you guys, and I'll take a couple requests from the live chat. If you guys want to drop those really quick, I'll go ahead and share this with you guys. I shared So you guys can get all this whole entire list right now. I've already shared that, the green list. This is everything that I'm holding and everything that I'm looking at. Okay, that's right over here inside the watch list. Okay, you could click on this link right here, and that pulls that green list up, that list that we just went over today, every single name that we just went over. But I'm also going to drop my favorites list here. July 5th favorites. Boom. So you guys can look at that too. So those are all these names here that I just put in my favorites list. MDB, AERO. We got Ethereum, Riz, Bonk, Uniswap, Kava. Okay, all these names that we just went over. Really like Target. A lot of great setups. OSCR looks good. STZ looks phenomenal. Okay, a lot of really solid names in that list. And yeah, those are over there inside the watch list. So go ahead and drop your guys' chart requests real quick. I'll take a few, and then I'm going to go sign off and go spend some time with my wife. Yeah, Solana does not have a green dot on the monthly yet. So if you're in that thing, the level to watch is still 140. Okay, 140 on that. You want to see that one break out over 160. But again, looking for the green dot ultimately. Ultimately, you want to see that green dot come here on the monthly in July or August. ZBEC, ZBCN. Things sell it off. It's almost actually to my price target, guys. I called this thing out. I said I would buy this thing at 2 cents. I said that all the way up here at like 6 cents. I was telling you guys to sell this up here off these red dots. Again, I post all my videos, so I got receipts for everything. Again, we never want to buy when the extension comes off of the mean. This is when retail is very excited. This is why I love trading, guys. It's all psychology, man. It's all psychology. People think they know everything up here. People think they know everything up here, okay? This is when they're delusional, right? You saw all those influencers, oh, I'm selling all my XRP for ZBCN and da-da-da-da-da-da. But where was the price? The price was way off the mean. Where should you have entered ZBCN? You should have entered right here off that green dot. Boom. Bang. Rip. Okay? Everyone's buying up here. Okay? Nobody's buying it down here. Now everyone's panic selling. So I like this one. I would actually buy ZBCN on the next daily dot. Okay, I would actually buy that one on the next daily dot. Okay, that's what I would look for. I want to see a daily dot. That's where I would enter. If you can get it, I said if it comes down to 0.002, I would buy it. And it is now at 0.0027. So, don't hate the player, hate the game, guys. This is how it works. Trading is all psychology. Okay, it's all psychology. If you're buying when everyone else is excited, jumping for joy, telling you that it's the next greatest thing to come since Jesus Christ, okay, that is the time you need to step away, okay, because they're lying, okay, it's going to come down, right? They're going to take profits. There is always profit taking, always profit taking. The smart money's loading up right here when no one's talking about it, when we're going sideways, when we're not doing anything. Everybody hates buying here because it's boring. It's the smart money phase, though. If you're smart money, you buy before the mania. You buy before everybody else is excited. You buy before all the TikTokers are telling you, hey, it's the greatest thing. It has a partnership with XRP. It's never going down. You buy before that. And this thing is just I hate to laugh, but I'm sorry. I told you guys, these red dots, I said sell, 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 so sell, so sell, sell. Because that's my strategy. And I feel like I'm right more than I am wrong when it comes to this stuff. Okay, I can tell when a chart is oversold. It's pretty easy to identify. Because you just look at the 6-month moving average. When you're 73% off of the moving average, off of the blue line, that is red flag. I am waving the red flag. Okay, you need to take your profits. Okay, because now if you didn't, now you hate yourself. Okay, because you just watched your portfolio, right, go down 64%. You could have locked in your gains, but you got greedy. You got greedy. Okay, psychology, guys. Psychology of the market. Okay, watch for a green dot though on ZBEC. I'm gonna actually add that one into my list because that one will be called out. So the daily green dots, guys, these daily green dots over here in the section, this section right here, the daily red and green dots, those only come from my green list. That's the list that we just covered today. Okay, this green list, this is the watch list. These aren't going to come on my red list because all these names are red on the monthly chart, right? We only want to be paying attention to what is green on the monthly chart. Actually, I saw Deft over here too. That was an interesting play as well. But these names are all green on the monthly. That's why we're actively looking for trades on them. Okay. And I know ZBCN is red on the monthly. Oh, God, dude. Oh, that's so bad. Okay, but if this comes back into that 200, I like buying at the 200 EMA. That's a good spot. I think 0.0002 would be a good spot. I'd buy, if you want to own ZBEC, if you believe in it, like hopefully you actually know what they do and what they are, and you don't just buy because some influencer on TikTok tells you to. But on the next daily dot, I think it'd be a great place to buy ZBCN. What else we got? BMY. I would wait for the green dot. It's trying to reverse here. You're going to want to make sure it holds on to 44, but no green dot yet. In the daily, still trending down. Again, we know we're in a downtrend when we're getting rejected off these EMAs here. I appreciate it, Dwayne. I'm happy to do this. I know I've been gone for a couple weeks, so the channel's kind of fallen off, but hey, I'm back to full time. We're live here Monday, Wednesday, and normally Friday. We went live today because yesterday was a holiday. So I was out spending time with family and stuff, so I had to move the stream today. But normally we're live here, guys, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 4 p.m. Pacific time. So it's 6 p.m. Pacific time right now. So we started at 4. But yeah, I do this for you guys, man. I mean, I could be totally happy just trading and you know, living my life, but I really enjoy our community. I really enjoy talking about this stuff. And, you know, obviously all you guys are interested in building generational wealth for yourselves. And we're doing that through stocks and crypto. Some people do it through real estate. Some people do it through, you know, other avenues. But I've always just had an interest in stocks and crypto. I've been doing this for 8 years, and I'm just happy to share my experience and my knowledge with you guys. And I take in as much as you guys, as much as I give back. I get a lot out of doing this. Okay, I get a lot from you guys. Some of my best trades this year have come off your guys' chart requests, off your guys' recommendations. So trust me, I get just as much out of it, and I'm truly thankful for the entire community. Soxel, we've already traded, or we've already covered. You're going to have to watch the replay on that. AIT from Jacob. Applied Materials. Yeah, this one's going for a ride here. Just ripping here. So you missed the opportunity to buy it right here into the EMAs. So that one's got a target of 260 to 280. If you come in here to the hourly, I just look for a pullback maybe into like 232. Okay, right into that 200 on the hourly. Because we've already broken out, right? You don't want to chase it up here. You want to wait for a pullback kind of like that. And then look to target right up here at like 280 in the red zone there. Just like we topped out right there. Boom. Red dot in the red zone. Looks like it's going to print a monthly here pretty soon as well. So that's what I'd be looking for. XCN. What's XCN doing? Okay, it's sitting right on the 200. So this doesn't look like a bad place to be buying. Okay, I'd buy the next green dot on this if I wanted to go long on it. Target's up there to 3 to 3.5. Great time to be accumulating. I think you can stake this on their website. So I'd buy it right here and I'd stake it and just earn APY. And then when it comes back up here, you unstake it and you sell it. Okay, we want to buy into that 200, just like right there. Boom, big spike. Take your profits, red dot, right? Reset. Boom, reset right into there. If you like it, if you're long on this project, because you guys should be long on the projects, you guys should believe in the projects you're buying. Okay, I like this thing off the next green dot. It's right there into the 200. I think it looks good here. APLD, Applied Digital. That had a nice run. That's got a green dot here today, and it's green on the monthly. So that one looks good. You just want to make sure it holds that low right there at 950. Okay, that looks good. I like that one above 950. Target on that is all the way up here at around 14, but you want that thing to hold on to 970. If you get a red dot, I would sell it up here. If you get a red dot, I'd sell it. Okay, but it's green right now, so we're bullish as long as the last dot is green. Okay, if we flip the red, I would sell it because it'll most likely correct back down here into 8. But it looks good with the monthly. Monthly looks good. It's pointing up. I don't like that wick very much, but yeah, if you want to play it, I would have added right there on Thursday. And then your stop loss should be at that previous low right there at around, oh, you can put it right there, probably around 970, 960. HFT. I don't see that one. Is that a stock? It must be a crypto. Wow, this looks good. Hash flow. Green dot on the monthly. Very nice. Looks good. It's on Coinbase. That one's setting up nice here, dude. Okay, above 10 cents. I like it. I like that thing above 10 cents. See on the hourly how it pulled right back into the 200 there. This is a great place to buy this one. Okay, I'm going to add this one to the list. I like it. I've never heard of this one, but that looks good. But it needs to hold 10 cents. So I'd have a stop loss at like 0.098. So 0.098 would be my stop loss on it. If that breaks, it'll probably correct more. But this looks like a great place to take an entry here on HFT. This is what I'm talking about. So you guys request these names that I don't even know, and then boom, a setup looks really, really good. Okay, so a green dot will confirm the move higher, but it looks like it wants to bounce here off 10 cents. Okay, and it's right there into that 200 on the hourly. So normally, again, when I missed the daily dot, I want to look at the hourly chart and simply just look for a pullback into that light blue line on the hourly, as long as the monthly is green. Okay, but that one looks good. NXE, good call out there. That's what I'm talking about. NXE Energy Company. This looks like a green dot here on the monthly. This one looks good. It is trending up. The stochastics on the floor. If you look at the hourly, I think fair value is down there at 650, but I don't see this one breaking down below 6. If you can get a pullback down there, that'd be awesome. But we're just kind of chopping around trying to make the next move higher. So if you're in this one, it's a tough one. Okay, this would have been a good spot to buy right there at 6. But it's got a ways to go. $8 to $9 if you're bullish on it. I mean, I would be more of a holder here. And if it comes down to 650, I'd probably snag some and then buy again at $6. SERV. Yeah, we did cover Ondo. That one is still just a hold. Okay, right? Our target's up here at 180 to 200. Got that golden dot. That's a 1 to 6 month hold signal. Okay, we're sitting right around the same price we got it at. I think that came at like 81 cents. We're at 77. We're down a little bit on the position, but hey, our target's up here. We're 1 to 6 months out. Okay, and I do like the fact that Ondo has that green dot on the weekly too. SERV. Yep, I just added that one to the list. I added that HFT. Whenever you guys call something out and I like it, I'll add it to the list, always. So that HFT, that green dot will be called out now right here on the daily alerts. Okay, and Uni and AVE just went off today. So I like both those. Both those are on the favorites list. And again, I dropped that favorites list over here in the Discord for you guys. Okay, so the green list, I dropped the green list right here. Boom. You guys can click this link over here and pull up all these names that we just covered today. And then the other link in here, this link right here, will pull up all the favorites. Okay, these are all the favorites that we just covered for next week. There's 64 of them. So lots of stuff to choose from there. Again, you guys got to do your own due diligence as well. Look into the companies. Go with what you think looks good. Those are just the names I thought looked the best going into next week out of the 400 stocks that I follow. I got a couple more for you guys. SERV was one of them. Serve Robotics. This looks interesting. Robotics company here. I'm going to add that one in. That was in the watch list before. And it sold off. But now we're getting to a point where we should start paying attention here because everyone was excited about this up here at 24. But now it's down here at 10. I would just want to make sure it holds $10. Okay, I like it down here though. I think it looks good. If you're going long on it, if you think it's going up, I think it looks good. Right here around 10. Adam. Okay, Adam needs a green dot on the monthly. That'll be your signal. ASTO. ASTO also needs a green dot there on the monthly. Nail. Home Builders ETF. That looks good. Okay, we talked about a couple home builders on our favorites list. One of those was DHI, and another one was WLK. Real estate stocks look good, guys. I called out a couple. We talked about a couple real estate names today. WLK was one, DHI was one, and EXPI were the 3 real estate stocks I really like. But this looks like a home builder ETF, and it looks really good. I mean, this wave is all the way down here. You can see the last time it was down here was back in 2022 at $29. It went all the way up to 180, dude. That's a 3X. Ooh, that looks very interesting, my guy. That's what I'm talking about, you know? That's what I'm talking about. Okay, I'm going to add this one to my watch list too. I like this one. I love you guys. I love you guys, man. Beautiful, man. Beautiful. So that's a 3x leveraged ETF, but it's a home builder ETF. So like if that one pulled back to like 52 or like 52, I would buy it around that area. I'd look to buy it down at 52 if it hit that. Okay. And I just really like the monthly. Okay, we called out that Soxel. Same thing, 3x leverage, but this is a semiconductor ETF. So ETFs are just funds that buy a number of semiconductor or whatever they focus on shares. So like this Soxel, they own AMD, they own NVIDIA, they own Intel, they own Texas Instruments. Okay, they own all those. It's like buying all of those in one ETF. And then the monthly, right? We called this at $7, guys. We sniped the exact bottom. And again, all my videos are online. You guys can go watch this back here in April. We called this at $7. $7. We called this at the bottom. It's at 26 now. Okay, and it's still grinding up. Okay, so with Soxel, I saw one of you just request it, but I would look for a pullback into that 200 there. So like 22 is where I'd want to buy this. Just like it pulled back there and just like it pulled back there. Okay, but Nail, I love that, dude. I love that call out, dude. Love that shit. Home Builders and Supplies ETF. So that's like buying a bunch of home builder companies, and it's 3x levered. So that's one you want to snipe on, right? This is a good place to buy right there at 50. I would love to buy this one at 52 on Nail. What's up, Oscar? Hey, the replay's posted, guys. Replay's posted. And that's it, guys. That looks like all the requests here from the live. I will be doing another chart requests video. We're just going to focus on your guys' chart requests like we do every Monday. This thread over here will be open on Monday. I turn it on Monday. Otherwise, we get like 700 requests. But that will be opened on Monday morning. I'll give you guys an alert over here. You guys do need to be a member in order to request charts over here. Again, if you become a member, it's less than $4 a month. You guys can sign up. We have around 2,000 people now, so I'm probably going to up the budget or up that price here pretty soon. I'm probably going to double it to $8 a month if you pay for the year in full. But with that being said, you guys can get those requests in. You can still sign up for $4 a month if you guys want to get over there. That gets you access to all my trades, the member chat, 24/7 trade support, advanced market analysis, weekly watch lists. You guys can check out the watch list that we just talked about here today. Pretty much everything that we offer over here. Inside of the Discord, you'll also get access to all those trade alerts that we post here inside the Discord from the indicator. And again, if you guys do not have the indicator, you guys can download all the stuff that we talked about, the EMAs, the red and green dots, right, the Fibonacci zones, just by clicking on this link. Takes a couple of clicks and everything loads directly into your TradingView account. My email is right there if you guys need support. Overkill at overkillinvesting.club. If you guys have questions about anything, feel free to shoot me an email there. If you're new, I'd highly recommend checking out the free trading course over here. There's about 7 or 8 videos you guys can learn more. I also have all the links to everything I use. I trade crypto on Coinbase. I also trade crypto on Robinhood. I trade stocks on Robinhood, but you guys can use these links to join if you want. TradingView is just the website that we use, tradingview.com. You guys do need an account with them in order to use the trading indicator. So you can use my link. It's an affiliate link. You don't have to if you don't want to. It's not that big of a deal. But I do have all the links for you guys to get started if you guys are new to trading over here. And make sure you guys read the disclaimer. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a licensed broker. I'm just a guy on YouTube giving you guys advice, or not giving you guys advice, but sharing my outlook on the markets. That's all here in the disclaimer. And please read the rules as well. Just know and understand that I will never send you a friend request or a DM. Once you join the server, there's a bunch of people that are pretending to be me, that'll shoot you a message, that'll add you as a friend. Just know that I personally will never send you a friend request or DM you. Anybody that's doing that that's named Overkill is not me, and they are a scammer. So do not accept friend requests or DMs from me. If you guys add me or message me, I will message you back, or I will add you back, but I will never add you or message you first. That's all there in the rules, guys. Make sure you just read those. And that's it. We'll see you guys on Monday for the requests. Again, I will open the chart request thread for you guys on Monday. Get your requests in there, and we will cover those on Monday's stream here at 4 p.m. Pacific time. Thank you guys for tuning in today. God bless you guys, and I will see you on Monday's stream. Peace.